After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
This is about as close to home as a home game you can get for NASCAR. And tonight, the Outlaws Sim Series, they're closing in on the playoffs. And we're taking to this fantastic Charlotte Motor Speedway for, well, quite the event. 250 tough, long laps around here. Good evening all, and welcome to the virtual Concord, North Carolina. Ed Scher is alongside for Calvis, Evening, and Ed. We talk about this track as a typical mile and a half, but this one, well, it has its uniqueness. That is very evident when you're driving around here. Why don't you go ahead and tell us more about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the greatest skeptical places in all of NASCAR. The home circuit for NASCAR, basically, as you would say, Emerson. I mean, we run the Coke 600 here. We have the Charlotte Roval here when you go through the inner course of the track, as you can see currently on the bottom, under far left of your guys' screen. But there's a lot of historic events have made here in Charlotte Motor Speedway, but I think it's going to be a little bit more different tonight with these new Gen 7 cars. You know, we haven't seen in a while, Emerson, a lot of wide aspect racing. Basically, we're fanning out 3 rows deep, not all the way to the bottom, middle, and high groove. And we're going to see excess of speeds, too. We got a little bit more horsepower than we did last couple of seasons, but this is going to be a little bit interesting with these next-gen cars.
It most definitely will be, and again, it's going to be quite a fantastic showing tonight. I want to welcome y'all in to the racetrack here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and welcome you all to the coverage of tonight's Outlaws Sim Series round 24 of 36 here on the season, Ed. And so you talked about all the uniqueness about this track, Ed, and you can see somebody's actually rolling through the front straightaway chicane right now. Let's go ahead and talk about it, Ed. And I know Andrew is huge on this, and I want to see, hopefully I can do this right. So yeah, Andrew is big on talking about this track and how the entry to turn 1 typically you'd say would mirror the entry to, or the exit of turn 4, but Andrew will be quick to tell you that that is not the case, and you can kind of tell that when you're driving around here, right, Ed? You look at it, right, and turn 1, it's kind of a sharp entry, but you get in, you come off the turn 4, and that's kind of a very long and flowing exit. And then also the entry to turn 3 is so much more tighter, it seems anyway, than the exit to turn 2. But looking at the track map here, Ed, what say you?
Yeah, I would agree with Andrew, to be honest with you. I mean, turn 1 has, I feel like, a wider, more cautious entry than turns 3 and 4. Turns 3 is more of that tightness to where you have to wrap that bottom or the middle groove over around the corner. We usually don't see a lot of drivers running that high side in 3 and 4, but like you said, it's just at turn 3 and 4 feels forever to me. But 1 and 2, you're carrying a lot more speed off the back straightaway than you are on the front stretch. But the front stretch, it's got that little kink each, just about halfway where the start finish is. You see them on each side. It's got that little bit of a lip where most drivers you'll see cut like towards the edge of the grass, kind of arc their way going into turns 1 for the following entry into 2. But that's more importantly where I see the difference.
Right, and I was trying to get it there. I can't get it at the moment. But again, I'm talking really that exit from turn 4 to that kink, right? That is a much. It doesn't really feel like it, I guess. But if you look at it, it's a longer distance from the exit of 4 to that first kink in the quad oval, to that second kink in the quad oval, to the entry to turn 1. It's huge. It's kind of neat, right? It's kind of one of those things that kind of makes this track in its own, even though it has that typical 1.5 mile shape, right? And we can take a look at again. We'll see it all night. We have 250 laps to kind of talk all about it, Ed. But we look at those lap times, right? And that's what we're talking about tonight. The Gen 7 car here, they can run about a 29.527 here. That's set by Brian Merculo in the Chevy Camaro. And Daniel Molnix right now is top of our practice charts with a 29.9. So we're still about 4/10 off of a fastest Gen 7 time here. But the times are very close here, Ed. And even though there's a lot that this track takes, seeing how close these times are, what do you make of this track and seeing how competitive the times could be?
I have a feeling we're going to see kind of a repeat of what we did at like Michigan. I feel like we're going to see a lot more grouped up racing than anything. I don't think we're going to see that one person that steps away by a huge margin of any sorts. I think it's going to be one of those tight packed races to where everyone's going to be fighting for every inch on each car. Each car is going to just be more aggressive to see who can run the bottom better, who can run the middle better, but it's going to be interesting. I don't see this being any kind of one-man show game.
Certainly. Speaking about one-man show, Ed, it's starting to look like that a little bit on the point standings. Now, I do know Max is going to miss one of the upcoming races soon. I believe that actually might be next week at Bristol, Ed. But we can look at the point standings now, and Max has a 29-point advantage at the top of the point standings. We're looking at regular season championship right now, right? Because you have to remember, the drivers in the playoffs will be awarded playoff points based on their placement in the standings right here, the regular season championship. So, in order to get 15 playoff points, you need to be the top D standings. And I know Seth Berger and Jonathan Jennings are working very hard to try to chase that gap down. But Max Sir is at an even 1,100 or 1,100 points at the top of the standings. That is nice and all. Right now, Jennings is seated ahead of him in the playoffs, so he has 4 wins to Max's and Seth's 3.
Yeah, but just behind them, I look more at Jeremiah Stutzman, Seth Fitzpatrick, and Adrian Schumacher Emerson. Those 3 have been the other 3 consistent drivers that we've seen these last couple of weeks. I mean, you got Jeremiah Stutzman, who's won a fuel mileage race at Michigan, won on a super speedway. Seth Fitzpatrick took the win at Texas and Watkins Glen, and Adrian Schumacher even got both wins at both the road courses this week, or the last couple of weeks. So it's definitely going to be anybody's game, especially how these playoff format is. We're going to see a couple road courses, even some short tracks. So I don't know. You can't say it's one man's game right now. I don't think Max has this in the bag for the championship yet, but it could be interesting to see once we get there.
Well, certainly Max does not have this in the back, especially knowing that he will miss a race. But at the moment, it does kind of look like that. We'll take a look at the playoff standings, though. It might be somewhat all for naught. If we go ahead and start this race here in the next 24 minutes, Ed, Andrew St. Court will be the last driver to lock in to the top 16 playoff chase. And Molnix on down will not make the starts to make the playoffs. So even if Molnix is able to outpoint Devin Smith, it won't matter because Molnix will be 1 start shy of being playoff eligible. So at the moment, Ed, the 16 that are in. Now you're looking at seeding between these drivers, especially drivers without wins. I know Jacob Reeves looks like he's got that heading pretty nicely there in 7th, but we're looking at seeding into the playoffs. And you got to think about getting yourself at least above that 12th place spot in points, right, Ed? Because that's where the first cut line is after the first playoff round.
Yeah, I wouldn't honestly be surprised if we see like I want to say Scott Bailey or Danger St. Court win in these next coming weeks. These guys are both great at all the upcoming tracks that we have coming up recently, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them get some wins. Jacob Reeves, though, and Scott Bailey have been more consistent throughout the whole season. Been having consistent top 10s and top 5 finishes all year long. James Gillard, another one of those kinds of guys who's been consistent. And Adam Gardner has been putting on consistent finishes. He had that little shortcoming at Daytona where he finished just short of his first win in the Outlaws Sim Series, but still, he's been finishing really consistently.
Right, I was going to say, I would go as far as to say anybody in the top 11, I think, could win any given week. And that is kind of a testament to how powerful this Outlaws field is, Ed. And I know it's going to be a little spread out. It looks a little spread out, but that's because people have missed starts. Andrew St. Cyr is 11th in points, but he missed 5 races. He gets those 5 races back, Ed, and he might be the highest driver in points without a win.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. I mean, Andrew's one of those kind of low underdog picks that you would say can surprise somebody. I mean, if he just plays his cards right, it's like he had a good car at Pocono when we broadcasted that with Devin Emerson, and he just had that one incident. I forgot with who, but he had that incident off of turn 3, and that just killed his whole night, the whole run, and ended up giving him a top 10. He was a top 3 car if that didn't happen. So he could have been in the conversation to get the win easily. So, like I said, and like you agreed too, Emerson. I like Andrew St. Cyr's chances these next coming weeks before the playoffs.
But I guess we can't talk about just saying that any of those top 11 can win any given weekend, because there's more people that can win than just those top 11. Well, let's be real. Anybody in the field could win any given week. But we look at the practice. Wow, ooh, I am struggling. The practice standings here, Ed. Kyle Lingerfeld is atop the practice table, a driver who has won this season. You have Daniel Monix looking for his first win on the season. It would not get him into the playoffs, but it would be a great stepping stone into next year. Looking at Kevin Powell, Jonathan Jennings' his brother, had a great run last week, but unfortunately was topped by Jonathan Jennings. Joshua Lane Fox won the season opener. Newcomer Matt Briers there in 7th. Greg Holt, our defending series champ. Jason Miz, a one-time winner of the Outlaws Sim Series, and he was close to a potential second at Pocono. James Gilliard, a veteran in the Outlaws Sim Series, who's still looking for his first win. There's a lot of heavy hitters in this top 10 in practice, Ed, that aren't in that top that aren't in the playoffs.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing too, a lot of Swift Racing drivers are below that top 10 on that speed chart, which I'm surprised with. They got a little bit more help this week with a couple of newcomers showing up at Charlotte this week, Emerson. But still, we usually expect Swift Racing to be up there competitively. I mean, Max Service, our points leader, is up there, but I don't really see anybody else, really. I mean, the next guy would be Nathan Sylvia, the newcomer, in 13th, I believe that was. So.
And let me introduce you to Nathan Sylvia. He's not a newcomer to the Outlaw Sim Series. He is a 2-time Outlaw Sim Series winner. So, he is not a stranger to some success here in the Outlaw Sim Series. It might take him a minute to get back to grips, especially with this car that he hasn't driven too much. But don't make no mistake, Nathan Sylvia will be a competitive driver.
That would not surprise me at all, Emerson. I mean, you and me both know him well, so.
Oh, yeah. So,
that should be interesting.
We look at the practice times tonight for tonight's Elite Southern Racing round here for the Outlaws Sim Series race, round 24 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ed, that does warn us the chance to bring up the namesake and the sponsor for tonight's race. We're going to go and bring him on up. Driver of the number 93, Kevin Powell. And Kevin, first and foremost, looking pretty nice on the practice charts. He just dropped the 5th, but in the top 5 nonetheless, within 2/3 of a 10th to the top 10 on the charts. How you feeling?
A little nervous, man. Track isn't ideal for racing right now, I don't think.
But nonetheless, this is going to be a tough track and a tough challenge all night long. Before we get to that, correct me if I'm wrong, but you do have some stake in this race. You decided to throw it up tonight under the Elite Southern Racing banner. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about Elite Southern Racing?
Yeah, so it's actually a league that me and my brother started, and then we brought a few other people that have ran leagues in the past, including Adam Gardner, Daniel Wilkerson that runs Doghouse. And so we started it, just for something for us to do on Friday nights. We understand a lot of people have things to do on Friday nights, but we still want to get in here and race because we have wives and we really don't go nowhere. But yeah, so it's just a league for pretty much like this one. Come in, have fun. We look to be starting the next season, week 1 of this coming season. So we're doing a lot of work trying to get the schedule made up and everything.
That's awesome. if people would like to get involved or at least follow along on social media, do you have any outlets you'd like to plug, or links or websites you want to direct people to?
Yeah, I don't know how I could plug the Discord, but I do have the link for the Discord they could join, or they could message me on Facebook at facebook.com/KP Gaming 123, or message me Discord, message my brother Jonathan, Adam. Just let us know they're interested. You know, we don't care about the I rating, the safety rating. A lot of drivers that they don't want to run official, so that stuff don't really matter anyway. You know, we kind of police it how Outlaw is policed. You know, we're not gonna allow someone come in and just wreck the whole field. But we understand, like, people that are new to the sim. You know, they need some learning periods. So and we also like to do one-on-one coaching, training, practicing with anybody in the league that wants it.
Sweet. It sounds actually amazing what you and Jonathan are putting together for Elite 7 Racing. I'm very glad that y'all have decided to come aboard and help Adam out and you know, being the namesake of tonight's race. So tonight's Outlaws Sim Series around here at Charlotte, presented by Elite 7 Racing. Now let's talk about yourself personally. You're right now 5th on the practice charts. I know we talked about that a little earlier. You said the track isn't I guess up for racing. It would be the way I think you intended. It's not up to par. What?
Well, we've ran a bunch of practice sessions here this week, and the track's the hottest it's been. So you know, we gotta. Even though it's so hot, we're still like tight in the middle, loose off, and I don't know. I think it's gonna be a show for the fans, a headache for the drivers.
Oh man, that's gonna be good. And tonight, it's a 250 lap race. I know Outlaws, and you're relatively new to the series, but Outlaws is known for its long races. This is one of the longest. How do you plan to attack tonight, as far as, you know, personal comfort and then yourself in the race?
Well, I have a really quick setup. So I think what I want to do is just set back, conserve tires. See how the caution plays out. Only really burn the tires up when I have to. I'm not contending for points or anything, so if I can help my teammate get a stage win or get up in the stage to get the points, then, you know, I'll do that. But, you know, come down to the last 10-15 laps, it's go time. So I'm gonna try to get up here and win it. But the main strategy is save the tires.
Save the tires. Right on. Well, again, thank you for you know, helping out here and deciding to, you know, bring Elite 7 Racing to the Outlaws Sim Series. Nice partnership here, and fun race to do it at here. This very I think it's gonna be physically, mentally tough race here at Charlotte. And best of luck to you tonight as you try to get your first win here in the Outlaws Sim Series, Kevin.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Driver of the number 93, Kevin Powell, out of Last Chance Racing. Ed, and again, 5th on the practice charts. You heard him. He's going to be a team player, but when it gets down to the nitty gritty, it's go time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do when you're a driver. You know, once you put that helmet on, everything just changes. You just focus on what you're going to do in that race car.
Well, Ed, we take a look at the practice charts. It's changed a little bit. Justin McMahon, a driver who is, again, making a second start here in the Outlaws Sim Series. He showed up the second. Molnix has gone top of the charts. The times are changing. Also, this is one of the largest fields we've had in a while. 34 cars. I know Adam is smiling ear to ear seeing this car count kind of rise back. But looking at these drivers, these names, any of these 34 kind of illuminating in your eye?
I mean, you know, honestly, I mean, Jonathan Jennings, right? I mean, you got it. The guy who won last week at Phoenix absolutely dominated, to say the least, but I mean, he's just in that little top 5-ish area on the practice charts, and I feel
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are now into qualifying. Apologies for the technical difficulties. I should say there was a power surge here, so we were fortunately able to get the coverage back up and rolling very quickly. We are still here. We haven't even started the race yet. We are into qualifying. Once again, do want to introduce myself. I am Emerson Arn. I have Ed Scher alongside. We're here for the Outlaws Sim Series round 24 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by Elite Southern Racing. While we're at it, a quick shout out to our partners here at Pit Stop TV, Whiplash Media Sim Cams. Of course, if you want to use this beautiful camera pack or others for your broadcast purposes or whatever the case may be, head over to Whiplash Media Sim Cams at www.pitstoptv.com/whiplash, or you check them out on Twitter, all that good stuff. Simrat Market, if you need a livery or a paint scheme for your car on iRacing, but A, you don't have the time to paint, B, you want another look on style for the car, or C, you just want to support, head over to simratmarket.com, formerly known as Heatwave Designs. You can check out their plethora of paint schemes for a whole bunch of cars on the iRacing service. And again, go ahead, check out simratmarket.com and use code PSTV for a discount at checkout. And a shout out to Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine. You deserve the best care that money can buy. Check them out at permanentmakeupinmaine.com. Now, Ed, welcome back. We're here again at Charlotte. Qualifying times, they're being put up there on the left-hand side, and let's dive into them right now. Jennings top of the charts by 7 1/1000ths over Daniel Molnix.
Yeah, I mean, those last chance boys, once again, they just show that they know how to make setups, man. I mean, they warned us before with Kevin Powell when we interviewed him a couple weeks back. They said that they work on their setups a lot. So they definitely come to play when it comes to any kind of track. I mean, we saw Jennings dominate last week. Might be a little bit of the same little situation here, but going on through qualifying, we see Max Service, our points leader, going out for his first couple laps.
And so we talk about the
tires
here, Ed. Let's talk about, why is this track so difficult? Why is this track hard to grasp? Why is it hard to be fast here?
Just basically, you have to treat this track almost like a super speedway, but on an oval, which is hard to explain. But I mean, you just want to be able to maintain and carry as much speed as you can on both entry and exit, no matter what. As you saw right there, he's about 177 miles on exit. Going down the back straight, you want to get as much speed as you can just out of the corners, and make sure you carry it both on entry and exit to get the best time you possibly can.
Max Service coming to the line to wrap up his first timed lap, and let's see where that puts him. That first lap puts him 12th. Still time to gain out there. This is our point leader. Again, he needs to build up a cushion. If I'm correct, I believe he is missing next week. So everything he can get tonight would be much appreciated to his cause.
Yeah, one thing I'm listening to him, he's getting high up on the RPMs. When I was watching Jennings was close, but not as high as I saw Max Service. Max was in about the 9200s. Compared to Jennings, it was just about 91s to 9000s. But Max qualifies a little bit higher there. Second lap definitely is a little bit more better on the first lap. So he moves up to 8th right there on my scoring chart right there, as I can see. But over third lap, I don't think he's going to make any much improvement, as I've seen no driver really gain a little bit more on their third lap. But we'll see here. He's coming around turns 3 and 4, right? Keeping the grip down that bottom lane, washing it up just a little bit on the exit. Want to get as close to your wall as you can. Not too much, though, as he does improve. Wow.
Improved to 7th quickest, and not a bad outing for the Nova Scotian. Again, atop of a point standings, and again, ready to do battle here tonight at Charlotte. Greg Holt has placed at 22nd. He's on his final timed lap here, and this is the final time we're going to get in the session, Ed.
Yeah, it's going to be curious to see what kind of time he's going to get. It looks like he's just pulling over. Looks like he's going to call it after that one lap.
That'll do that. All right. And so, I believe that should wrap up qualifying, which means that the 91 of Jonathan Jennings is our Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award winner. Once again, Pratt Tile and Stone serving Central Vermont since 2005. And as qualifying draws to a close, Ed, we're getting ready to hit our starting lineup. And again, this is awesome. We have a pretty stacked field tonight. Returners to the field like Nathan Sylvia, Greg Holt, and then also newcomers to the league that look very fast in practice. And all in all, a large field, which should help us out big time in a 250 lap race around here. Let's go ahead and meet the field. And in run number 1, it'll be the 91 of Jonathan Jennings, the 44 of Daniel Molnix. Row 2, it'll be the 95 of Evan Smith, the 79 of Joshua Slade. Row 3, it'll be the 93 of Kevin Powell, the 20 of Justin McMahon. Row 4, it'll be the 81 of Max Service, the 22 of Jacob Reeves, and rounding out the top 10 will be newcomer Matthew Breyer. Matthew Breyer's in the 94. Julio Villalobos returning to the series in the 45 there in P10.
Yeah, in row 6, we got the guy chasing Max Service for that points lead right now, Seth Berger. After a couple of weeks, he should be able to get that alongside him, Seth Fitzpatrick, who's had a couple of consistent finishes. Row 7, Andrew St. Cor, the guy we mentioned in both pre-race that we'll look at for a surprise win tonight, possibly sneak out his first win on the season. Alongside him, Adrian Schumacher. Row number 8, 5, and Matthew Setzer. Alongside him, Tyler Markle on the 42. Row number 9, Nathan Sylvia, the newcomer, the returner to the Outlaws Sim Series at the 27. Alongside him, James Gillard in the 33. Row number 10, Scott Bailey in the 11. Another one of those guys I said that could surprise anybody with a win coming up in these next couple of weeks. Finish out the regular season. Alongside him, the 31 of Brad Bothwell.
Row 11 will find the 97 of Sam Borden, the 3 of Greg Holt, the defending series champ. Row 12, it'll be the 23 of Vincent Cortez, the 41 of Mike Peach starts 24th. 25th, it's the 7 of Joshua Balliet. The 17, Reese Schaefer, will start 26th. 27th, the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman. Cal Lingerfeld rounds out row 14 there in 28th. And row 15 brings up Jason Miz in the 24 and 29th. The 53 of Landon Lacey. That name came up out of nowhere. He's here in the 53 there in 30th. A couple more rows here, Ed.
Yeah, row 16, Adam Gardner, the league owner. Alongside him, Joshua Landfox in the 66. Row 17, Matt Rogers in the 96. And then alongside him, the 67 of Doug Solms. And to round out in 35th place, the 47 of Andrew Schroeder in that good-looking New York Jets paint scheme.
35 cars for tonight's race, and boy oh boy, Ed, we've got quite the show on our hands for tonight's 250 lap event. Let's get down to business. At the weather, they said it was very hot, but that's actually a pretty cool track temp at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The winds, however, will not be doing any drivers any favors at nearly 14 miles an hour out of the west. And also tonight's stages will be, the top 10 will be awarded stage points at the completion of lap 50, and the completion of lap 113 in tonight's 250 lap feature. Ed, final thoughts before we get going?
I'm ready. Why not? I mean, it's going to be a heck of a show here at Charlotte. I'm excited to see how this goes. We're going to be a little bit jam-packed here. We got some returnees to the Outlaws Sim Series. We got people fighting for I wouldn't say redemption, but for curtain call, basically, for more wins on the season. Jonathan Jennings looks to go back-to-back. Why not? Let's make some storylines.
Well, here we go. The iRacing.com safety vehicle pulls into the safety of pit lane. And tonight's Outlaw Sim Series round from Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by Elite Southern Racing, is green. Off of turn number 4, Jonathan Jennings to the point and is clear out in front of the race lead over Devin Smith, Joshua Slade, Justin McMahon, Kevin Powell, and now Matthew Breyer's up to 6th, Service 7, Villalobos 8th, Reeves 9th, and Adrian Schumacher to top 10. Caution on the speedway.
Yeah, caution on the speedway.
Looks like the 44 Daniel Molnix. Actually, I think the 44 Molnix might be fine.
Yeah, Molnix had a pit road penalty. I heard he had a restart violation on the start, according to the race control. So Molnix was serving his black flag. From what I could see the 42 has some damage. I don't know if he had anything to do with this.
Let's see here. Can't make out anybody really in trouble here. Try this one more time.
Oh, Gardner disappeared for a minute. I see that. No.
Not entirely sure what this yellow is for.
No, I heard race control say caution. I just don't see anybody that...
Let's go back to the start, and we'll try to take an overview of this restart here. And we'll watch this kind of back half of the field. Pretty wide tower here, so we can kind of see what will happen here. Clean here, clean here.
I don't... Oh.
Onyx Pits. I don't see anybody that brings out this caution.
Oh, I don't...
Not entirely sure.
No, I don't see nothing really that caused anything, but I see we had some issues on the caution laps. The 47 has broken a right front wheel.
Oh, wow. Try to see that here.
I heard him try to say that he was trying to gain up to the line under caution. I'm not sure how this exactly happened. Maybe coming to pit road. Maybe there's something when people pit, maybe.
So here's the 47. It looks like it's driving fine.
Yeah, I think he lost a lot of ground when I saw his drivers pitting. There's a couple green flag pit stops that happened, and I saw him just slow down.
We still have lights on the safety vehicle here at Charlotte. 4 of the first caution that can't really tell what brought out the yellow. I don't know. You said race control said yellow. Adam blinked out, so I didn't know.
Yeah, no. Don't know what's going on exactly.
We tried our best with deductive reasoning and replays. We cannot find a cause to the yellow. So, we're here under the caution period, though, Ed. It is Jonathan Jennings again. Out in front of the field, Devin Smith. A lot of new names that up here that we're not either used to seeing this season or used to seeing ever in the Outlaws Sim Series. And I'm all for it. So here we go. We should be coming to the choose here. And we'll be able to see where everybody picks to line up here. A little bit of a blink there from Justin McMahon. So you see most of the picks being made here, Ed. Any shockers or any changes up here into the top 10 that catch your eye?
No, not really. I don't see much of a debate here. I mean, Jonathan Jennings taking the bottom. Kind of the smart idea right there. I think the bottom's going to be where you want to be the whole night. But I wouldn't be surprised if I see some drivers maybe take the top to try to gain some track position, but then just full send it into turns 1 and 2, hoping that the outside line can prevail.
So we did have a decent amount of people come down to pit lane there. Shaped up a lot of the midfield. Again, getting ready to do battle once again here at Charlotte. Quick check-in, a lot of Swift Racing. They're back here in about the, what we're looking at, about 6th, 8th, 12th, and right around there. There's a bunch of them. Here we go. It is Last Chance Racing with Jonathan Jennings, Justin McMahon, the front row, iRacing.com safety vehicle into the safety of pit lane, and green flag from Concord. Off of turn 4, it's still Jonathan Jennings, and here we go. This is somebody I've been waiting for, Julio Villalobos. He had a good chance last time out when the Outlaws Sim Series headed to Charlotte. He was fast, and he is on the aggressive early here. He is already up to 8th, and he is looking to keep moving.
Yeah, how about Julio Villalobos? I mean, he had a couple kind of silent top 10 finishes. The last I remember correctly was Texas when I recovered that.
Sure.
He had a great top 10 going on, but kind of one of those underrated drivers we don't see a lot of. Oh, he gets a little loose right there on the top right there of the 82. That's a lot. We're going to see a lot tonight, Emerson. A lot of loose handling cars as we see that he kind of went to the top of the charts with a purple light right there, but Greg Holt took that away from him right there.
Max Service getting friendly with newcomer Matthew Bryars. He works with Bryars to get past the 95 of Devin Smith. Also Joshua Slade into 79. Trying to see if he can work his way to the outside of the 95. Devin Smith, again, he started outside pole for tonight's race. He is dropping back, dropping quickly here. But no need to sound the alarm just yet, Ed. There's, this could be a tire-saving game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, he's basically running the line where he need to be tire-saving, but I watched him off of turn 3 right there. He got really tight right behind Max Service, so I'm wondering if his car's just not happy being behind somebody if he's trying to find clean air maybe. But we'll see going down here is 79 cuts him off a little bit, so that put all the air on his nose, so make the car a little bit uncomfortable.
On board of Andrew St. Coeur, and I understand we are still waiting for the lap counter to reappear at the top of the scoring tower there on the left-hand side. It is trying. It's trying to, I guess, get the total lap count. It is 250. We are working lap 11 of 250 right now. iRacing ATVO trying to catch a caution on the speedway. This time looks like Joshua Land, Fox involved, Matt Rogers. Trouble here. We'll be able to pick this one up here, Ed. This one is an incident.
Let's see, Matt. Oh, looks like his car just...
okay.
Oh, Bailey was around before that. Interesting.
All right.
Something happened in front of him, and he was just trying to get out of it. Let's see here. Joshua Fox swerving. I think he might have a tire down.
Oh, and I think this one, yeah, you said Scott Bailey, right? That was one of the drivers. He is already disconnected from the session. Here we go.
Let's see, going down the front straightaway into turn 1. Oh, looks like Kyle Lingerfeld.
Lingerfeld caught the wall, and big hit to Bailey and Lingerfeld. Rogers. What an avoidance from Matt Rogers.
That's tough, even on the apron. That makes the car very unsettled and loose. So, good save right there from Matt Rogers. But
that might
it just looked like that was interesting.
That might be avoidance of the year. That was sick. Oh man, and I know that's not normally a term you would use in this. Oh, Lingerfeld got close. Or I'm sorry, there's a check-up between the 97 and the 41, right? Petrin and Borden. And look at this right here. Wow. Oh man, Matt Rogers flying in there. We'll get an onboard of that. But let's go. Let's break down this incident real quick, Ed. And this is Lingerfeld. He had a huge run on the cars ahead of him, but there was a checkup with Borden and Petrin right in front.
Yeah, I was watching Kyle Lingerfeld for a little bit. He's running the bottom lane right there. Ooh, the 5 of Matthew Setzer almost hits the wall up there. But it looks like he gains a run on the 41. 41 checks up. The 41 just washes up into the 65, causing some contact. And then just nowhere for anybody else behind him to go. Scott Bailey, unfortunately, just say, oh my goodness, he about clipped. I believe that was James Gilliard he almost clipped.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And now this might be one of my favorite replays ever. This is going to be a good one. See if I can...
Is it the Matt Rogers on board here?
Yes, sir. That is what I'm looking for. Here we go. On board Matt Rogers. Check this one out. So here he is. He's a little ways back here, so actually does him very well. But he sees the wreck, slows down. Car's coming back down the track. He clips the apron, but it helps him.
Yeah, I think he saw Scott Bailey and Kyle Lagerfeld sliding back down the track. He's like, oh, I can't do this. I gotta go lower. He just kept it full throttle, hoping he'd make it through, and had to catch that apron a little bit. But that was one heck of a save. Definitely gotta keep that in the memory bank for possibly top save of the year.
That was amazing.
Hey, how about this for you, man? Jimmy Johnson fan. Look who's out front leading.
Yeah, Matthew Briers repping the Lowe's for Pros colors.
That basically didn't get a lot of front time on the camera view when it first ran.
For wins in it, 2018. Charlotte was going for
it. Say,
final lap, final corner. Just wheel hop got a little too tight. Thought the choose was there. Caution's actually going to take a pretty long here at Charlotte. But you're right. Matthew Briers stays out. Devin Smith, you saw him dropping back early on, Ed, and he is now up to second as a result, I'd imagine, of not pitting. So track position is probably going to do wonders here with a 35 car field.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I like Devin Smith, what he's got going on right now. I mean, he's running that bottom lane, chilling out up front, but I haven't heard a lot of this 94. I don't know if you know a little bit more than I do about him, Emerson.
No, he's a newcomer to the league, so we're going to find out together about what Matthew Briers is. Adrian Schumacher, there in third. I'd imagine also he's definitely a driver who takes care of his stuff early on. Julio Villalobos they're up to fourth. Andrew St. Core fifth. Seth Berger, Landon Lacey, sixth and seventh. Jason Miz eighth. Sam Borden ninth. Daniel Monix. The top 10 this time, I believe, should be the choose, if I'm not mistaken. And this might... Yeah, I don't think this is going to be necessarily the camera.
Oh! It might be the choose cone.
No, it is the choose. I was more or less thinking the shot. And Landon Lacey has not picked the lane.
I think he meant for the bottom and just stuck it in the middle.
Intriguing. Drivers making their choices. Coming across the line. There we go. Hopefully time and scoring will get caught up here on the restart. I know when there's a graphic reset like we do there, it likes green flag laps to try to get caught up with the lap count. So, Matthew Briers, Devin Smith, Schumacher, Villalobos, St. Coeur, Berger, Miz, Lacey, Borden, Molnix, Rogers, Jennings, Service, Slade, McMahon, Cortez, Holt, Reeves, Sylvia, and Balliette. The top 20. And we still have 32 cars running? 31 cars running. And Jeremiah Sutsman bringing up the rear. Nobody a lap down yet. We haven't ran long enough to lap somebody just yet. So here you go, getting ready to restart battle here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Want to again thank you all for tuning in across all of our platforms tonight. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And here we go. The field into the restart zone and racing once again from Charlotte. And there we go, lap count. Lap 17 at 250. Villalobos now on the outside. Daniel Molnix charging up through the field. He had his restart violation, and here he comes up into the 7th. He's battling it out right now with Villalobos, but check this out.
Yeah, he was one of those guys I was watching in practice. Another one along with Jonathan Jennings, had great fast cars. Both of them were working on long run speed too. I was watching Molnix a little bit. He's trying to figure out what kind of car he had for the long run, but you can see here he's making up some time. Behind him, Jason Miz behind him, making some time there as Matthew Byers sets the fastest lap of the race so far. But I just noticed on that restart, Emerson, that bottom lane really takes off more than that top lane on the restart game. So that's gonna be interesting to see how people may react future on the choose cone, basically, if they want to start up top compared to the bottom.
All right, Matthew Byers got out to a nice advantage there. Adrian Schumacher quickly trying to close this gap and see what he can do here. Landon Lacey with the fastest time. He's right there in that 5th position trying to close in on this battle. And you can hear that. I know not you specifically, Ed, but for those watching, you can hear the floor scraping along the bumps here at Charlotte. And again, into turn 3, that is a massive scrape. That is, the floor slamming the racetrack, the bottoming out, and that's fine. It's built for that. These cars are slammed to the ground, and that's just being put on here. Greg Holt, fastest lap there. He is down in the 13th position. And Schumacher trying to close this gap, not able to do too much damage yet.
No, not be able to do too much damage yet. Well, I'm watching for Adrian here. He's getting a little bit more clean air on his nose compared to the 94. The 94 has a little bit of a later kind of like apex to the bottom lane in that 3 and 4 as you saw there compared to Adrian. He got off a little bit later on in the run, just about halfway through the corner. Let's see if he does it here in 1 and 2. Yeah, he does it in 1 and 2 the same way, but Seth Berger looking to make moves on Landon Lacey returning here. Oh, he got passed. Excuse me. So Landon Lacey moves up to now in the top 5, now in 4th position. Landon Lacey has been around here in this league, if I remember correctly, Emerson. He's won a couple races.
He's won before. He's won 3 or 4 races. He's not playoff eligible last season, as he only made a certain amount of starts. But, right, Lacey had a few goes in the Outlaws Sim Series, so was not expecting him to show up tonight. And we got a passer lead. Adrian Schumacher darts to the inside of Matthew Byers, and Adrian Schumacher leading here at Charlotte. Sideways off the corner. Byers wants another go.
Yeah, can he hold off for a longer? Byers had a better run on exit compared to Schumacher. Looks like Schumacher about slid it up there going up into the corner to gain that lead, but I'm watching behind them too. The 95 is Devin Smith is starting to show his little force here, gaining up to these leaders, but not a big gap right now to many of these leaders. Everyone's still tucked in just about.
Let's go we got some heavy hitters here. We got the current top seed in the playoffs, racing with last season's champion, Greg Holt and Jonathan Jennings. We haven't seen much of this racing this season because Holt hasn't ran too many races. But here we go, side by side. 2 of the best here in the Outlaw Sim Series, and Villalobos is going to be checking up here in front of Greg Holt.
Yeah, it looks like Villalobos is starting to struggle a little bit. We saw him making some moves in that beginning run, but looks like he's starting to struggle a little bit here as the run goes on longer and longer. But now Greg Holt's going to peek to the inside of Villalobos with Vincent Cortez and the 79 just behind them, also looking to make moves. Vinny Cortez might be making it 3 wide here going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, here comes Vincent. Slides back in line right there, right in front of Villalobos behind Holt. And Vinny trying to get reacclimatized to these cars. Take a little break from iRacing and decided, Outlaws would be a great chance for him to get back in the racing and to show, that he can't. Oh my goodness! I thought we had an incident. I thought I heard somebody caught the wall. Maybe it was just somebody on entry. We might be okay. Jennings, he is there in 8th, and Villalobos nearly caught the outside wall there, but it looks like we are all fine. Molnix now on Seth Bergerville. Molnix is charging through the field. He maybe has a go here at Landon Lacey.
And Molnix is really making his way through here, and now Jonathan Jennings also as well. Jonathan Jennings been taking a little bit more of his time to make it through this field, but I think Molnix is making quick and easy passes, back to the front. But Devin Smith is starting to struggle a little bit as we see him running that top lane a little bit. Now, this is the only benefit from running that top lane is that exit's a little bit better, but Landon Lacey is able to maintain it running that bottom. That bottom's the more preferred line. That's where you want to see most of the cars be during this long, extensive run. As you see, we're about to get closer to 30 laps on this run, and most of these guys up front here haven't taken really a set of tires yet.
No, you're right. And again, it's a long race, so maybe, you know, you're trying to save some tires here. I can't recall if there's a tire set limit. Lacey to the inside here. Devin Smith trying to make something happen on the outside. Lacey clears to third. Sideways, St. Coeur.
Man, St. Coeur sideways with another save. At 12. I think that like 3 straight weeks now we've seen him making saves.
Right there, Nathan Sylvia, Reese Schaefer, Seth Fitzpatrick, Jason Miz, all right up behind this. Joshua Balliet there as well.
Yeah, we didn't even talk much about Seth Fitzpatrick. You know, he only started outside around 12, but I haven't seen him up
Was that
front
Jason Miz
much,
in the wall? Miz, I think, caught
it
the
looked
wall.
like- I think he did too. I didn't want to say nothing. I thought he looked like he scraped it.
Oh, no, say it. If he did, he say it for sure. He's under attack here from Brad Bothwell. Some new colors for Bothwell. And looks like Lacey has lost his, but 3-1! Oh, here we go!
That got tight.
Vincent Cortez to third. Monix to fourth. Holt to fifth. Lacey back to sixth. My goodness. What just happened?
How about Vincent Cortez? We thought Molnix was on the move making the run at that, but Vincent Cortez had a better run on the outside around the 44, so moved the 23 to third place. Now Molnix is starting to fade back on the outside, as you see here. Oh, Greg Holt washed him up the track just about.
Got a little late there. So this was brewing for a little bit. Something must have happened to Landon Lacey. And we'll get it here on the replay. Lacey in front of Holt and Molnix. Smith way back there. Cortez has a huge run with Jennings, and Lacey slides up. Holt takes advantage. Molnix says, well, thank you. I'm going to take this baby 3 wide. Man, it got tight here into the corner. Lacey backed out of it.
Oh.
Holt missed the bottom. Slides up, and Cortez says, thank you very much. 1, 2, 3 spots, and a 23 rocket at the third. Now he's up to second.
I'm honestly surprised they did not wreck during all that. That was insane. Well, we got more battles going on the racetrack. The 94, Matthew Byers is falling back now. Oh, he's dropping back in a hurry. Here comes Max Service now to the inside of him, and now Jonathan Jennings says, hey, you got room for one more? He wants another piece of that.
Landon Lacey, he has burnt up his stuff. He is dropping up back quick outside the top 10. And we got a pass to the lead. Cortez is powered by Adrian Schumacher, and you know what, Ed? Cortez took tires that last pit stop.
Well, that's something to know. That's a little early for tires, but
it's got him in track position here.
Yeah.
Schumacher clips the apron there. Now I wonder if Cortez is saving his stuff, because we've seen him struggle with that at Pocono.
Oh, we have a car with some issues here. The 42 of Tyler Markle is on the apron with a right front down, it looks like.
Car's fine. Right front looks
I saw him sideways with sparks coming out. I don't know what happened. And I see Villalobos has some damage too. And those two were around each other for a little bit.
Let's see if we can figure something out here. But the car looks fine, so. Here you go. This was into turn 3. Coming out of 4. Marco up by the wall. Villalobos way back here. Off the corner, Marco gets loose. Collects Villalobos.
They'll save it.
Yeah, but no damage.
Thought I saw sparks coming from the 42. I saw something happen on the front straightaway, and then I saw a bunch of sparks. I don't know if it was just maybe the rear diffuser hitting the track or not.
I don't see any sparks. So looks like we are all good. Back up front though, racing is getting hectic. Sideways again as Andrew St. Coeur behind.
And we have a battle for second as well. Max Service and Greg Holt
And
battling
Schumacher
for
has
second
dropped
right
back.
now.
These guys, they pitted as well. Service and Holt, they had great battles last season. Here comes Jennings. 3 of the best right here, second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, Jennings making this top lane work a little bit. I'm a little surprised to see this. I thought the bottom would be working. Oh, we might see 3 wide here.
Oh, Max,
it's tight.
This is tight. And how about this, Ed? Last season's champion, the point leader in the top seed in the playoffs, walk into the battle for second. What happens?
Chaos. That's what happens. Oh, we might see it again here. Max is driving it in entry. Oh, he got loose.
He clears Greg Holt as a result. Holt now trying to fend off Jennings. Here comes Schaefer. Schumacher holding station there in 6th. Jennings tries the outside of Holt.
Yeah, Jennings is making this outside lane work, but can he get the power down to basically get the pass down on the exit? It looks like he's going to be clear of him, and now Reese Schaefer is going to take a look at him on the outside. Ooh, Greg is going to slide up a little bit.
He powers it to the outside of Greg Holt. Maybe Jonathan Jennings as well. Jennings will shut that door. Oh, Sylvia and Fitzpatrick. A little close with one another. Fitzpatrick clears Sylvia. Balliet there in 9th, situated right behind.
Yeah, I think Greg Holt's tires are starting to fade away a little bit here. I think he's been trying to fight him off a little too hard. And oh, look! Why did I say that? Reese Schaefer got back around him a little bit there. Or excuse me, Greg Holt got around Reese Schaefer. Yeah, excuse me.
Schaefer got loose there off the corner.
Now Reese is gonna have another taste of it. He's gonna go to the inside this time.
They're side by side into the corner. Schaefer down low, trying to make something happen. Clears Greg Holt and Schaefer into 4th. Looking at Jennings up ahead. All this is going on behind Vincent Cortez, but for how much longer?
Oh, Greg really sent it in there in the 3 of 4 and tried to get to Reese Schaefer, but just about took his rear end off just about. But all the saying that, Joshua Balliet just got around Agent Schumacher for 7th place. So moved 7-car Joshua Balliet to 7th. But Max Service is starting to run down his prey right now of Vincent Cortez.
And Cortez is trying to hold on to what he's got here, but I think Cortez might have pushed really hard early on trying to get to this point. But he does have the clean air advantage.
He does have the clean air advantage, but I think Max Service has the better car, honestly, on tires right now. But I know Vincent Cortez may have pit for tires, but I feel like he might have used the bumpers a little too much to get to this lead. But let's see here as both Max Service and Jonathan Jennings try to run him down.
Yeah, Jennings not able to make too many inroads on this battle. And we got another battle brewing back here between Berger and Molnix. This has been quite the battle. Molnix trying to get down to the inside of the 77. Berger holding station in that middle lane. Lacey, Berger, Molnix, they all have yet to pit in this race. Or they didn't pit at the most recent yellow, I should say. Here comes McMahon. And
Joshua slayed another one.
Which I kind of expected. Is all the sparks we're seeing is from the racetrack itself. And I think we got a battle for the lead.
Yeah, I think Vincent Cortez's tires are starting to fade away a little bit, like I mentioned earlier. Emerson and Max Service goes to the outside around Vincent Cortez. Gonna try to get the power down.
He's gonna try to battle
looks like Vincent might be there. Oh, he cleared him. Oh, we have a caution on the track.
Caution on the speedway is Balliet.
What happened here?
He will tow. And we've got it pulled up here. This is the 7 of Joshua Balliet right behind the 2 of Fitzpatrick. It's into the corner. Balliet. It's on there. Pushes up and makes contact with the 2. Oh, Schumacher gets into the rear of Balliet. Berger slams the wall. And that, Balliet might call it a night there.
Oh yeah, Seth Berger has a tire issue. His tire rod's broken.
Yeah, that toe link. Not
the tire rod, the toe link's broken.
This is Seth Berger. Seth Berger is in trouble here. That was a big hit.
Yeah, this is going to be an extensive repair, too. He's going to go multiple laps down. This takes a minute to fix, so.
His, I guess, positive is that cautions at Charlotte take a little longer. So he won't lose as many laps. He can get down to the pit lane now. But this is, unfortunately, this is another week where Seth Berger has had some issues. And you wonder if you're a Seth Berger fan if he can clean it up before the playoffs. This one, of course, not to his own doing, but still, needs to have this luck turn around.
Might as well get them out now before the playoffs start. I mean, you don't want this happen to you while you're in the playoffs.
Who says it ends there? You gotta clean it up.
Still, you're right. But
So
I think
we see here
I think
pit
enough set to be able
Max
to
Service
do that.
is down and away, and easily wins the race off pit lane. Cortez second. Cortez needed that yellow bad. Jennings third. Schaefer fourth. And you know what? Let's go ahead and bring on up driver of the number 23 here, Ed, and I'll send him your way. I'm sure this is somebody who has been pretty eager to come up here. So here he is, Ed. Driver number 23, Vincent Cortez.
Vincent Cortez, it's the boys of the got copy.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? I mean, you made a run up to the front with that custom esports Toyota Camry, but looks like Max had a little bit better of a long run car than you did there. Is there any worry that he might have a little bit of a better chance than you are? I mean, you feel like you can get him back here?
Right there, I'm gonna be honest. I was having a little fun because going through practice and everything, the setup. No offense to Max, felt it was lagging a little bit, so wasn't really expecting to be that fast. So if I had the chance to go for the lead, I was gonna have a little fun with it. But now that I'm up here, get settled in, I think I can set the tires a little bit more.
Yeah, we've been seeing a couple of different lines being chosen by a couple of people. We saw the 91 making that top lane work, a lot of drivers making that bottom lane work. Is there any line preference right now that you're comfortable with running around here right now?
That last run I found the top because the bottom gets checked up so much you can just roll the top and it felt great. But in terms of tire saving, I have no idea. I might run the bottom. We'll see.
Now we're coming up close to the end of stage 1 here, and your teammate has the points lead in Max Service. Still looking to maintain the points lead. Are you going to race him kind of easily to help him maintain these points, or you kind of want to take that stage win away from him?
Well, we'll see when we get there. I'm not going to eat my words later. We'll see when we get there.
Well, Vinny. Well, Vinny, good luck to you in this stage, man, and hopefully we talk to you later.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Driver of the number 23, Vincent Cortez, out of Swift Racing. And Ed, if you didn't see it there, the graphic said 10 laps led. Now it says 11. He pipped the lap from Max under yellow.
Man, so he's trying to chip his teammate every way he can.
Wow.
He even took a lap led from him.
Oh, man. Vincent Cortez, he'll be in second place for this restart. And you're right. This will be fun. We should be coming around to the choose here, so we should be able to see some choices being made. And can only imagine also Seth Berger is desperately trying to get back into this race. He is on the pit lane now, 1 down, and now a second as the lights come off atop the safety vehicle. So service: Cortez, Jennings, Schaefer, Holt, Sylvia, McMahon, Lacey, Byers, Reeves, the top 10.
Yeah, I saw a couple interesting choices. I mean, I saw a lot more people go for that bottom, like I mentioned. I mean, that bottom does get a better run on the restart than it does during the long run of the race. But, I mean, that top lane, once you get a couple laps under that belt, is going to start feeling a little bit better like we heard from Vincent Cortez. But, I mean, I like what I see right now. I got 2 Toyotas up top, 2 Chevys on the bottom. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one here.
Certainly will be. Again, huge race here in terms of length, right? I mean, we're talking 250 laps. We're just coming up to the 1/5 mark in this race. So these drivers, they don't want to see all of these cautions. So yeah, they want to clean it up here, but it'll be intriguing to see how this goes. 27 cars still on the lead lap, and I'd imagine that means 28 are running. So here we go. Service: Cortez, the front row, getting ready to do battle. And ViRacing.com safety vehicle, make that hard left-hand turn into the safety of pit lane and hand the field into the control point leader Max Service. And green flag is back in the air. 4 laps to go in stage number 2, or sorry, stage number 1. Oh, wreck in the back. Big hit for Jacob Reeves, Layden Lacey's involved. Doug Soames, bigger hits going on in the back. Andrew St. Clair is back there. Matt Rogers, huge accident on the back straightaway. They done on the 96, and many more. They done for the 24 of Jason Miz. Goodness gracious.
Wow. Last time I checked, I didn't think we were at a super speedway, right, Emerson?
Well, you know, it's been a while since we've had this many cars in an Outlaws Sim Series race, and I think it was, so at the front of the field, Matthew Setzer got loose, and, big hits for Jason Miz and Andrea St. Clair. Massive hits. That is St. Clair's night over. That's both front tires for the 12.
I'm seeing a lot of evasive maneuvers through this pack, too. I mean, James Gilliard with a near miss. Mike Peachin with a near miss. Oh, Matt Rogers tried to miss it and just got collected in at the last second. That's unfortunate.
Well, we'll see here in the replay how this all plays out here, Ed.
Yeah, it looks like new tires to me, Emerson, to be honest with you. As you see right there, it just looks like a little too early to the gas pedal from the 5. Yep. Adrian Schumacher woes it down. You see him missing it there. Brad Boffo makes it through. Seth Fitzpatrick, Kevin Powell.
Matt Rogers' car is destroyed. After that,
yeah, he had it missed, but I think he just had a little bit of an overcorrection issue that put him into the wall.
That's a massive wreck in itself, just tough to do. So see here, how about this? We'll see this kind of all happen as it comes on to the back straightaway. You see Setzer in trouble. Massive hits there. Oh, Fitzpatrick gets involved with that as well. Goodness gracious.
Hit after big hit looked like there.
This is one of the first times in a while, Ed, though. That means the stage is going to end under caution. And we'll at least wait for this lap to come around. I don't imagine Max Service will pit if he has the stage win pretty much hand in hand right here. But we will see. Stage 1 will come to a conclusion in about 1 lap's time. See,
or was Vinny going to sneak it on him maybe? Watch him on the outside here. He might try to sneak it like he did the lap.
No, under the yellow, it would just be we would award it back to the driver leading. So yeah, Max Service stays out. I imagine he will make his trip back around to the front straightaway. So let's go ahead and bring on up at least the driver right now in line to win stage number 1, Max Service. And Max, I'd imagine you're not going to pull off into the pit lane here before the start-finish line here. So with that being said, congratulations on the stage 1 victory. How'd you do it?
I think we got a flat tire. I think we're going to have to pit. I'm just kidding. Car's fast. Car's real quick. I'm not sure about the long run on it, but she's a rocket ship on the short run. I got around Vinny. I caught him. I was wrecking loose. Just catching him, and he let me go, and then we got a caution, and then, well, I didn't lose the lead on pit stops, and, well, we're here.
So, this is one of the biggest Outlaw Sim Series fields in a long time. I know you had to work your way kind of from the middle of the... Oh, well, you started the race in 7, but you've been as low as 16. What's it been like in this field? I know there's a lot of energy buzzing around, especially with this long race.
It's pretty chaotic. Everybody's racing real hard. Everybody seems to be really loose, too. So it's kind of chaotic off these corners. I know I'm real loose. I tightened it up a little bit on that pit stop. We'll see if it kind of comes in. We're in clean air here, so we're going to try and keep that. But I think that's going to be the key to going out and winning this race. And we'll see from there as we come and take the stage run.
Yeah, we interviewed Cortez on the last yellow, and we saw he pipped the lap from you, so and was a little concerned if you were gonna even get your stage win there, but you do. So for this restart here, do you plan to attack early, or are you just gonna take it easy and let things play out?
Oh, we got a real fast race car, so we might take him to Gapplebee's. We'll see. I don't know if we can. It's not quite the same setup in the other Swift racing cars as what's in this 81 car. It's actually, there's a pretty big change, or 12 in it.
Or 12.
Well, yeah, it might be close to that. We'll see how this thing goes. We're gonna try and go win this thing.
There you go. A stage 1 winner and regular season point leader, Max Service, right now trying to see if he has a chance to catch Jennings' 4 win total on the season. Best luck to you, Max. Hopefully we are talking to you a little later on.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see.
Driver of the number 81, Max Service, and you see here, you said he said he made a couple adjustments to the setup, or 12. So it's intriguing to see. You know, he's up here with a couple of his teammates. He's got Holt behind him, Jennings and Sylvia, Lacey, McMahon, Briars, and Molnix as the iRacing.com CT vehicle scatters for the safety of pit lane. We are racing. Green flag is out. Stage 2 is underway. Max Service still leads now in front of Reese Schaefer, Greg Holt Cortez, and McMahon in the top 5. Here comes Greg Holt. He was taken advantage of early. I think Holt is up the ante here on this restart.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't have the same repeat of what he did that last run, too. Remember, he was one of the ones that was falling back after burning up the stuff.
Look at that!
Guys, it really deep. They're really deep into 3-4. We got 3 wide behind them. Nathan Sylvia, Daniel Molinix in the 20 car, all 3 wide. Looks like Nathan Sylvia backed out of it, but right back up front. Greg Holt going around the outside of Reese Schaefer trying to make this work. And let's see if Greg Holt tries to send it into turns 3 and 4 again. Oh, but I believe we have a caution on the speedway. Yeah, we have a caution on the speedway.
Out. Sam Borden in trouble.
On the 95. The 95 of Devin Smith as well. The 2 of Seth Fitzpatrick.
Oh no, and the 2 of Seth. That is a very destroyed car. Is there any working tire on that car? Goodness gracious. That car is destroyed. And this happens here on the front straightaway, so I'm gonna find out here what happened. So here we go. This is a 2 of Fitzpatrick, 95 of Devin Smith. Nice one to Borden. Here you go. Oh, 74 Briars. Checks up.
95.
And Smith gets loose.
Ooh.
Nowhere for Seth Fitzpatrick to go. And Borden,
Borden got into this. It looked like he was just trying. He missed it, and then I think he was carrying way too much speed.
Damage.
I think he was just carrying way too much speed and just looped it around, trying to slow down. And now he's got suspension damage, and it might be the night end for that 97 car. He comes in here.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was just off balance.
Yeah, he just didn't have the car, basically. He wasn't in control of the car.
Yeah, he threw the weight around, right? And with the low center of gravity these cars have, the car did not like that.
No, these things are way heavier, so they're more aero sensitive than anything. So it's really easy to spin these things out.
Catch a little late here. I wanted to get this on board with Devin Smith. Let's try this one more time. I wanted to see if he lifted for the 94, and that what got him to be loose. Get this run. He did lift for the 94,
yeah.
And he had to chase up the track.
Yeah, he clipped the apron
I don't
too,
think
like
the
the
apron
94.
did much of that. I think you have to chase the car up the track, and when you chase it up the track, you shift the weight around, and he went around.
Yeah, also when you chase it up the track, though, you have to let off the gas a little bit to keep it steady, you know? So, it could be a little bit interesting.
And that is Devin Smith's night over. And looks like we do have, we have the opportunity. He is back in the race. But his competitive night is pretty much over. We are going to talk to the driver who got involved in that incident a couple yellows ago, Seth Berger. And Seth, you were involved in that incident. I know Malenko had gone around, and it was just hard for you to avoid it. What happened there? I guess what was the course of action in your mind as you were approaching it?
I was gonna try to shove it below him, and then when I committed to going low, his car started sliding low. So the only other option was either go right into him or try to go right and see what happened, and try going right and broke a tie rod.
Yeah, heavy right front suspension damage, destroying the right front suspension. I know that's a lengthy repair. You were able to get that repair done. Unfortunate for the field, but I guess fortunate for your cause. There was a massive accident that occurred right after that, so you should be able to pick up some spots here. I'm sure you're on mission to pick up the scraps now. But overall, this is kind of a rough stretch for you. How do you plan to bounce back?
I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest. I think the pace has been there. Phoenix, I fell off a cliff, but I started coming back really well, and car just bottomed out with all the adjustments and wrecked there. But I think I could have got a top 5 there. I think this could have been a decent race, another top 5-ish car. I wish I took tires on that first pit cycle there under caution. But I'm not too concerned. I think it's just eliminating mistakes. Last week was a mistake. This one was just an unfortunate event, and we'll just keep on fighting, man.
Right on. Seth Berger involved in that incident a couple yellows ago. Destroyed the car in competitive night over 4-77. A fortunate night for you, Seth. Best luck to you in the coming weeks, though. Hopefully we're talking to you more then.
All right, thank you.
Driver to number 77, Seth Berger. And, yeah, 1 to green was given there, and next service is down the... Why are we 3 wide? What is happening here?
Saving fuel, maybe? I know you can save a little bit more when you're on the apron. I don't know if it works here, though.
No, that's true. I was more or less on the why are we 3 wide. Maybe the fuel number is that tight, though, Ed. You're right. Maybe the fuel number is coming into question.
Just possibly. Oh, we see Adam Gardner going back there, too. Jeremiah Stutzman coming off pit road back there, too, so maybe the fuel strategy's got a little bit of fuel strategy going on.
Adam Gardner, he is not returned to the track. He's still in the pit lane. I believe he is taking the race control hat for tonight after his trouble lap 1. Adam Gardner having internet issues tonight, plaguing him from making a competitive evening out of the night. Here we go. ViRacing.com. Safe vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane. They'll feel back into control of the 81 of Max Service. And racing once again from America's home for racing. Service leads from Schaefer, Holt, Cortez, and Molnix. And I think we're just trying here to see how long we can get these bad boys to keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm not really sure to see a the 20 almost hit the wall there. Almost maybe contact with
close with Molnix, though.
Yeah, these two are fighting hard, but McMahon's trying to get the run back on the top. Might go 3 wide here.
Cortez!
Oh,
Sideways!
Definitely got the wall there.
Molnix in the turf. They return to the track. They'll lose a lot of time.
Yeah, I think the 20 definitely got the wall.
Lacey the 4th.
20 definitely got the wall there, Emerson. I will definitely confirm that.
Yeah, trouble for McMahon. More trouble for Molnix. And trying to see who can hang on. Jennings and Sylvia, the car is behind. And Molnix way back here now battling with Adrian Schumacher for the 12th position.
And Molnix had to recover there, but he has a fast car to get back up there, so it shouldn't take him long to get back up there, but right now he's trying to find some clean air on the nose to try to get around the 31 of Brett Ballfall for 11th place. Back up front, though, Vincent Cortez is looking underneath Donovan Jennings.
Here comes Nathan Sylvia. He's powering it around the outside of Vincent Cortez. Oh!
Tight for a minute.
Oh, that'll be fun to go over back in the Discord. I know Sylvia wanted to get that run around the outside, and Cortez, I think honestly Cortez bobbled there more than anything.
Yeah, but I look like Nathan Sylvia has a better run going on right now. I like what I see from Nathan Sylvia. You know, we haven't seen him in a minute, but having a great run right now in top 10. Still looking to get around Vincent Cortez. He's trying to find everything. It looks like Vincent Cortez is just struggling. He's washing up big time off the exit of the corners. As now Nathan Sylvia goes to the bottom now of Vincent Cortez for the spot. Lady and Lacey got around the 20 of Justin McMahon. So move him
Cortez
into the top.
Is sideways. Sylvia clears. And yeah, Lacey, I think he was having a go at Holt. He had to kind of reset himself up for a chance here at Greg. He's got a nice run to the corner here. He might have this go here.
Yeah, I've been watching Landon Lacey. He's been having a nice little diamond kind of look going into 3 and 4. He kind of did it a little bit there. We missed it just about, but he's getting a decent runoff exit when he gets it down. But here in 1 and 2, this is where he struggles the most. I think it's just the dirty air that the 3 is packing on the nose of the 53 is just not helping.
Yeah, so that's an intriguing case there. Lacey, he's running the 54 car, but he's been scored as the 53. That's the number he was last running in Outlaws, and this has kind of been a thing for Lady Lacey, so I'll have to get a hold of him again and request either a number change on the iRacing side or a number change on his side, but one or the other, one's got to match.
I don't even know if he was supposed to show up.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. That caught me off guard.
I heard he missed driver's meeting and he had to start from the back, so I think it was one of those last minute things.
Greg Holt having a run here on Reese Schaefer. This was Holt. He lost a lot of time to Schaefer initially, so he is regaining this time back on Reese, and see if Holt has a go at Reese Schaefer. It's been a long time since we've seen the 17 and the 3 battle it out here in the Outlaws Sim Series. You have to go back to season 1 where they were battling it out on short tracks. Oh, Nathan Sylvia, a big dart to the inside of the track.
Yeah, and how about Reese Schaefer battling for the lead up front?
And things have
Reese
tightened up.
Great run. He had a great run off of 1 and 2 and just was able to get to the bottom. Oh, Greg Holt's going to look the outside. We went 3 wide.
Still 3 wide. Schaefer backs out. Service now tries to see what he can do with Greg Holt. And this has been a long time coming. A battle between these two.
Yeah, and all this is bringing Landon Lacey into the picture as well. Here comes Landon just behind Reese Schaefer. Now dotting to the inside of the 17 and the 3.
Lacey has a go at the 17. You're right. Greg slides up the track. Service closes the gap. Lacey wants to clear up the 3rd. Lacey clears. Service and Holt still battle. Lacey wants to go.
Lacey wants to go, and he's ready to go. I mean, these two fighting for 1 and 2. Landon Lacey looks like he has the better car. Now Max is starting to wash up an exit here. We have a repeat of that last run right there. They had a couple run-ins together, but oh man, I'm just curious to see if the 81's burnt up his stuff, or is the 3 just that much better right now?
Well, Holt keeps sliding up through the center of the corner. Max trying to turn it down under, and Lacey is there. Where is he going to go?
He might have to go for the middle.
Still side by side for the lead. Service working hard on the inside. Service trying to clear Holt. He's cleared Holt. Lacey dives to the inside of the 3.
Yeah, Holt wanted to try to get back to the inside of the 81, but the 54, or 53, excuse me, either one, but they were trying to get next to each other. As I hear wrecking going on, oh, the 44's around.
Monix and Powell, and looks like Petrin and Bothwell involved as well. Caution comes out. And Monix's competitive night is over.
Yeah, I see the 31 with some damage as well. The back end's kind of broken up off that. The 45 has some front end damage. Damage to the 93s right front. So a couple cars involved in this.
Bothwell and Molnix. Down here position, slight contact there. All fine. More contact. Molnix just turns Bothwell. And nowhere for Villalobos to go. Petrin eats the wall up top. I think Molnix was just trying to side draft him, but he just straight up turned the 31 on corner entry.
Yeah, it didn't even look like he was going to make the entry in the corner. It didn't even look like he was going to turn in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not a good look.
Yeah.
Well, here, see here, he goes for the aggressive side draft going into the corner, and then you just see him. He's just moving up.
He just never turned.
No.
He gets ran over there from Villalobos.
Yeah, that's just not a good thing right there. I mean, it's bad when you get right reared down the straightaway. That's when drivers get really angry, but that is a moment where I think Brad Bothwell's going to be very angry when he looks back at that.
Yeah, that one's tough to defend. Certainly tough to defend. We are working lap 72 of 250. Max Service wins the race off the pit lane. We're going to step aside, and we're going to take a side-by-side here with Pit Stop TV. Don't you go anywhere. More coverage from the Outlaws Sim Series race here from Charlotte on the far side.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome, race fans, back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Max Service is your race leader. Greg Holt, Schaefer, Lacey, Jennings, Cortez, Sylvia, Briers, Gilliard, and Slade. Coming to the choose. Let's see the choices.
And I think it's going to be steady about this one. I think Max could take the bottom along with a couple others. Reese takes the bottom, Lane Lacey, Greg Holt on the top. Well, nothing really big surprising coming out there.
Working lap 74 of 250 in tonight's race. I'm trying to see if this is caught up. 6 cautions for 19 laps. 10 lead changes tonight. We may be off 1 or 2 cautions there with the graphic reset on the opening caution. I think we still have the caution laps there. Our caution count correct. 6 yellows so far tonight, Ed. Working lap 74 of 250. Yeah, making this race that's already pretty long a little longer. So let's see how these boys endure.
Yeah, we only got 20 cars in the lead lap, so we're starting to slim down a little bit. Just a little while ago, we had 30, and now we're down to 20. We're losing some cars here, but looking forward to getting back to green flag racing here. Let's see if that 3 car has anything for that 81 on the restart. Along with Landon Lacey and others behind them.
Big shout out to our partners here at Pit Stop TV, Whiplash Media, SimCam, SimRat Market, and Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine. The iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety in the pit lane. Green flag is back in the air. We're racing from Charlotte. Service, Schaefer, Holt the top 3, Jennings, Lacey the top 5, Briers makes his return up towards the front, Variant 6, Cortez, Slade, Gilliard, McMahon the top 10, and Lacey trying to work on Jennings.
Yeah, and Lacey's been making his way through the front of the field, starting in 30th, Emerson. 30th place. He's in the top 5 right now. It looks like Briers wanted a piece of it. It looks like he's giving a little bit of draft help to the 54. Landon Lacey, but looks like Landon's going to clear Jennings easily on the bottom.
Right, so Lacey, yeah, you're right, he had to start from the back. He got up here via pit strategy. He did not pit one of those cautions and fell back to only 11. So half the field he got through just by staying out on the restart, under a yellow. But undeniably, there's still speed in that 54 machine that he has been able to keep his pace up here. But he has not been able to get to the lead just yet. Not been able to just run away with this, so Lacey's still having to do work. And admittedly, you know, it's a tough field, tough road to hoe for Lacey. With some of these names that he hasn't seen in a bit, hasn't seen. He's never raced with Jonathan Jennings before, as far as I'm concerned. But here comes Lacey with a purple lap time.
Yeah, Lacey with a purple lap time, get around Reese Schaefer there for 3rd place. Reese Schaefer starting to lose some spots a little bit, lost 2nd to Greg Holt, and now to 3rd to Landon Lacey. So Reese Schaefer starting to fall off a little bit. Might be a little bit more of a tire-saving role for the 17, but Landon Lacey starting to slowly but surely make his way into this top 2. Now trying to look to the inside, possibly into turn 1 on Greg Holt. As Greg is starting to show a little bit of a weakness right now to the 54 machine.
You say that, and yes, to compare it to Lacey, definitely. But let's be real. Greg Holt has not ran in quite a few starts. He made 1 start back at Pocono. I don't know if that was, you know, really him being back into it. We haven't seen Greg Holt really compete this season. And here he is, right up front, right in the middle, right in the midst of this lead battle. I feel like this car has taken a long time for Greg Holt to get used to. And I think finally, at least tonight, he has shown that he is used to this car in some sort of capacity. And a driver who was the defending series champion took half the season all trying to figure this car out. He is here and he is back. And he wants to show there is a reason why he still is the defending series champ.
Yeah, I honestly hate to say it, Emerson, but I think if I remember correctly, the last time I remember him being competitive was at Kentucky. And that was a very, very long time ago when Greg Holt was competitive. I mean, Greg was, I think if I remember correctly, he started on the pole, led a lot of laps, and then got involved in a late incident that kind of ended his race a little bit. But, yeah, like you said, it takes a minute for these cars to learn how to drive these cars. These cars are way more different than what we had in the past, especially for these guys last season being used to the trucks and now doing the next gens. It's a big hop. It's a big step up in a different direction. So it's a lot more different than the trucks. You know, the trucks are usually used to being wide open in most of these kind of tracks. But this car, it's definitely a lot more letting off the gas, maybe even using some brake and being tire awareness on a whole different level. So it's a big jump from what we used last season.
To be real, I don't recall Kentucky being on this season's schedule.
Oh, no, it was Iowa. Excuse me.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Greg Holt is known for being the short track racer. Or at least the driver who can dominate short tracks. We had a stretch in season 1, and this is where he came into the league of 5 short tracks in 6 weeks, and Greg Holt won every single one of them. And that was his introduction to the Outlaws Sim Series. So here he goes, trying to hold off Landon Lacey. These two are no stranger. They battled it out hard last season. When Lacey did compete last season, he had to go through Vish Driver, who did. Again, Lacey did get a couple wins, but Holt did win the title.
Yeah, and remember who he won that title over just barely? Seth Berger.
So these continue to battle, and I think finally we've gotten ourselves a little bit of leeway here. And this is Cortez and Slade duking it out now for the 8th position. Slade, again, a newcomer to the Outlaws Sim Series. We're still trying to get a read on what Slade can do. For what it's worth, this is a very competitive field. This is not a bad showing.
Yeah, and I remember hearing him in the driver comms a little bit. He was kind of curious about a couple of the rules, so he's still not really up to date with most of the stuff in the Outlaw Sim Series, but not a bad showing for this 79 machine. I mean, he started up in the top 5 in 4th place. Now just got around Vincent Cortez for 8th place, so definitely a great run as now Vincent Cortez looks back to the inside of him going down to turn 3. But still a great run for the 79 car.
It's a good run as this battle continues between Cortez and Slade. Oh, tight!
Oh!
Really tight there off of turn 4. They made a little bit of contact, but they still go at it.
And we got a battle up front. Emerson Landon Lacey has got to the inside of Greg Cole. It's got really tight. Just about off the exit of 2 right there, but it looks like Landon Lacey's going to have the preferred line going to 3-4 and see how hard Greg Cole fights back as we've seen recently. He drives it in deep like he just did right there. Now is Landon Lacey going to be able to maintain
And Lacey was
this kind of pace right now? Yeah, he got a better run right there.
Holt has a really tight car through the center of the corner and has to drift up. Lacey was able to lift a little bit more, wrap the bottom, and he's got his nose ahead and he's cleared by the 54.
We had a little bit of a moment off of 2. He had to make Reese check up.
I think Holt was trying to defend from Reese getting to his inside. I think Holt checked up on purpose to cut in front of Reese.
Yeah, allowing that made Jonathan Jennings now to get to the outside.
And now Holt is sideways, and Schaefer darts to the inside. Hit by the 3. They continue to duke it out here.
And here's Jennings now battling for 4th. Oh,
whoa! Holt is really something dropped off in contact between Schaefer and Holt.
There's a lot of contact right there.
I think Holt is just way too loose, and he is dropping out like a rock. All that has allowed Max Service to open up a near 9/10 of a second advantage to the front of the field.
Yeah, all that side by side by Landon Lacey and Greg Cole allowed Max Service to pull away by about almost a second from Landon Lacey now, but Landon Lacey's going to have to make up a lot of time. Yeah, it's gaining a little bit more and more as we keep going, but Jonathan Jennings now in 3rd, Reese Schaefer 4th, just like McMahon in 5th. How about the 20 and the 94? Both of the newcomers having a great showing so far.
And McMahon making a second start, and Briars making his first here in the Outlaw Sim Series. And Briars, right as you say something, that goes rally jumping over the front straightaway turf there where the front straightaway chicane would come out and spit you back out on the road course. Cortez takes advantage of that. Let's move Cortez to 7th, and Cortez now looks at Greg Holt up the road. There's Slade, Schumacher, and Sylvia right behind.
Yeah, and Slade's going to look to the inside. Trying to make it work on the bottom here, but Agent Schumacher just lurking behind them too on the middle lane. But doesn't look like he's going to get there, but Schumacher's going to be able to get the pass on Slade to move Agent Schumacher into the top 10 in 9th place as they're still battling now going into turns 1 and 2.
You know, Schumacher's been in the top 10. This is Slade dropping down the running order. Here comes Cortez. Trying to make easy work of Holt. And he does. We'll move Vincent Cortez up to that 6th position. Holt is sliding. Briars had a moment up off the corner, and Schumacher's looking to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I was looking at that. He got close. It looked like Adrian was about to get in the quarter panel of the 94, but looks like the 82 is going to be able to clear the 94 just about with ease. But as soon as I say that, the 94 gets a decent run off the corner, but he might be able to make something work down the back straightaway, but it doesn't look like it. Nope. So move the 82 past the 94 for 8th place now. So I mentioned in practice, Emerson, you know, I said Swift Racing did look like they had a lot of speed in practice. They only had 1 guy in the top 10. They got a couple guys now here in this top 10 now.
Max Service now opened up over a second lead. It fluctuated there in the corner, but right there, over a second. Now Landon Lacey. So Lacey, he's gone to second, but he has not been able to chase down Max Service. There is a hot rod in that 81 machine.
Yeah, I don't know what he found. Oh, we got some contact going on. We got these two are not getting over with. The 31 and 44 just hit each other down the back straightaway, like big time.
Well.
It looked like the 31 was waiting on it down the back straightaway, and he just brake checked him.
This is intriguing, though, as Bothwell is laps ahead of Daniel Molnix. Not entirely sure why you would pick that battle.
Like I said, I think he's not happy with how he got raced during that one wreck. But I don't know. I don't think that's the right time now. I mean, you got more to worry about than he does. You're laps ahead of him, and you're battling for possibly a good finish. And I wouldn't throw it all away just to possibly wreck the dude that just wrecked you.
Schumacher on Greg Holt. That is pass complete in the favor of the 82. And Breyer trying to get back into this. Holding off Slade. Sylvia. And Miz had a huge moment. Big time sideways out of the corner. Gillier had to check up. Molnix dives on through.
Yeah, Slade had a great run down the back straightaway. Was able to get by the 94. Still trying to clear him. Now he does. Great run by that 79 right now. And Daniel Molnix is back up here, laps down, trying to get through this traffic. But 27 and Nathan Sylvia is also trying to get by this 94 for position. And now the 44 is going to be all around the back bumper of the 94. I don't understand that really much. But now the 82 is looking to the inside now of the 20 going down the back straightaway. That would be a battle for 7th. The 94 is also battling the 27 for the top 10 position. So we got battles all over this track right now.
And Nathan Sylvia trying to get up and stay in the top 10. He has made that pass on Briars, and just as Briars had a huge run, he has since lost that pace. Sylvia now under attack from the lapped car of Daniel Molnix. Molnix now passes Sylvia. That's not for position, of course. Molnix is just trying. He has about 15 on pressure tires because, well, he was getting his car repaired.
And now Sylvia's going to look to the outside, possibly, of the 79. He had a good run, it looked like, on the exit. He might be able to set him up here going down to turns 1 and 2. Let's see if the 79 kind of defends this a little bit, forcing the 27 to a different line. Oh, it looks like the 79 starting to mirror drive him a little bit. He went up to the top lane that time. The 1 and 2 kind of following the 27, but 27 had a little bit more cleaner air on the nose, sticking it out a little bit further on the top. Going down to 3-4, let's see. It looks like the 27 is going to result back to the top. Try to get the run on the exit. You don't want to go too high. You don't want to lose it out of the groove, possibly. Let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, he got a lot of, he went way up the track there, up off the corner. I was just looking at the gap, though. Landon Lacey had chased down Max Service down to 0.8 of a second. He has now lost 3.5 tenths. Somehow, I think Lacey must have made a mistake, because here comes Jennings.
Yeah, Jennings with a great run down the back straightaway, looking to the inside, down into turns 3 and 4. Oh, it's going to get tight. It looks like Jennings had to get in there. Oh, he is trying to get all he could out of it. Yeah, Schaefer's coming through.
And you got the lap car, Molnix. He wants a piece.
Yeah, oh, man, Schaefer drove it in deep into 1 and 2 to get clear of the 91.
Molnix is going to impede on this battle. And he's going to at least give Landon Lacey the helping hand of separating it up for a little bit.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe letting him by and forcing him to go get the 81 in Max Service might help Landon Lacey a little bit to try to run down Max. But Max has opened this gap up a little by little, more and more. It's about at 1.2 seconds now. So, great run so far for Max Service.
Max is taking very good care of his stuff. You know, he had no idea what his short run pace, or what his long run pace was, because he hadn't really gotten a long run yet. He's starting to find out that it's not too bad.
No, it's not that bad at all.
Man, and Holt's now making a recharge through the field.
Yeah, maybe Holt found some little bit of magic, possibly. I don't know. He's the only driver I've seen drive it in so hard into turns 3 and turns 1, so it's pretty interesting to see how he might have found some new life in these tires. But looks like Holt's going to be able to get by McMahon for 7th. Nathan Sylvia's going to look to the inside of the 20 now to possibly take 8th from him now.
And Nate wants to get in on this battle, but Greg Holt, all of a sudden, he has powered up again. And Greg Holt, he's found something. It's weird. Normally when you see somebody fall off, they're kind of falling off, and that they're not going to come back on that same set of tires. I think Holt, it's weird, but that he's maybe found that part of the run. It might be better for the way he's running this track.
He might have found something that made the car comfortable, maybe with the kind of tires he has. Maybe the track's adjusting to him to where he thinks he can fit the car in a different spot. We didn't really see him running that bottom a lot. But the one thing I am noticing, he's not making it in the middle of the corner that much as well. Like, he gets the entry down, but the middle of the corner, his car just washes up too much. Doesn't keep it locked down to the bottom.
Nathan Sylvia clears up into the 8th position in front of McMahon. He has to see what he can do to find his way around Greg Holt. Sideways is the 27 of Nathan Sylvia. And all of a sudden, something has shifted up front. Landon Lacey has cut that lead in half.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like I said, maybe Daniel Molnick's getting around Max Service, maybe impeded Max a little bit. Or maybe Max is starting to lose a little bit of his magic here, but wow, Landon Lacey is chopping that magic away right there. He was about 2/10 to 3/10 faster than our leader right there. So Landon Lacey starting to make his way up closer to our leader.
The Max Service holding a half-second advantage over the 24 Landon Lacey, about 9/10 over Reese Schaefer. As far as that goes, everybody's kind of running their own race. We're just watching to see, will Lacey get to Max Service before the end of stage 2?
Yeah, and all that back behind them a little bit. Nathan Sylvia just got around the 3-car of Greg Holt.
Oh, we are packed up back here.
Yeah, very packed. Look who's getting in the mix here. A guy we haven't talked about much tonight. James Gilliard. Underneath the 79 of Joshua Slade for 10th. This will be, I believe, the first time I believe that James Gilliard would be in the top 10. I'm not really too sure on that.
I think you'd be correct.
No, we haven't really talked. I don't remember talking much about him tonight, so this would be a first time seeing the 33 in the top 10.
Maybe Gilliard has found something for some long run pace here. He clears in front of Slade, 10th, and he's looking at McMahon and Holt. A couple spots up for grabs if he can. Oh,
Sylvia's
sideways
loose.
is the 27. That's going to pack things up again.
Yeah, here comes Holt on the outside. Oh, Sylvia's really struggling right here. He had to back out of it on the entry.
Holt's loose too.
Hey, here comes Gilliard. He might make it through the middle.
He wants to do that. He'll side with Holt entering the corner, though. And Gilliard off the track.
The 20 almost took a little piece of the rear end right there. The 33.
Everybody's loose.
I'm pretty sure this is the longest run of the race that we've had so far.
You're right. We haven't gotten to this point of the run. Well, ever today. We've had 6 yellows early on.
And here comes the 20 trying to get back to the outside. The 33. Oh, Gilliard gets loose again.
You're right. I'm saying everybody is loose. That is true. Holt, Sylvia, Gilliard, McMahon, Slade. I've seen them all lose in the past couple laps.
Yeah, this is the main battle on the racetrack right now with Nathan Sylvia, the 33. Oh, the 33 caught the wall.
Gilliard. Gilliard's not going to take kindly to that. He will become a little bit more aggressive. He gets up alongside that 27. Here comes McMahon around the outside as well.
Yeah, McMahon's really been trying to get this outside line to work, but he just can't keep it to where he can clear this 79. The 79's been having great runs on the bottom to where he can just basically get a better run on this 20, but all of that, the 20 just gets right back to him on the quarter panel right here. Oh, I believe we have a caution on the straight. Oh, the 67's around on the front straightaway.
Doug Solms and I believe Julio Villalobos, and that car is destroyed. This would also, I believe, lock up the stage for Max Service again. Now going back a little ways on this replay, because I think a lot is happening here. We're going to go back a whole lap here. Because Doug Solms was off the pace for a minute. So Solms is racing Villalobos here.
Let's see, 67 and 45 are fighting.
This is for position. They're both on the lead lap.
And I believe this is back for 18th and 19th. Let's see. Ooh.
Oh, he got sideways. Oh no.
Yeah, it looked like Solms just lost control of the car on the exit. Went to correct it and just snapped out on him. And just unfortunate for Villalobos to be there at the worst time.
Yeah. And our Canadian and our Mexican get together there off of turn 4. And looks like day's done for both.
It's just unfortunate. That's just the wrong place, wrong time for Villalobos in that situation.
Solms was just loose. And big hit there for Villalobos. And Solms. Solms' car is destroyed. And this is intriguing. I thought Max had this stage locked up, but it looks like Jennings has taken this lead. No, they didn't pit. So this is Jennings, I think, just trying to get the stage win. And Stutzman. Because they haven't pitted in about 40 laps.
This is going to be interesting.
I want to see how this plays out. And no move to pit lane 4 of a 91. And Stutzman stays out as well. So, see here. Lights on the safety vehicle. They are. So, Jennings, unless he decides to pull off at pit entry next time around, Ed, is going to be our stage 2 winner, and he's headed your way.
Oh, Jonathan Jennings. Congratulations on the stage 2 victory, my man.
Is it over?
Should be right here at the end of this lap. You're coming around here to take the stage finish, so you will be the stage 2 winner.
Dang. I was hoping he'd be able to pit.
Well, you still got a chance to pit, but I mean, if you want to give the points away to Stutzman, I mean, you can. But still, it'd be good points for you, knowing that you got, big points lead in the playoff lead going into this whole thing with the 4 wins you got compared to everybody else. So, how's your race going so far, man? Tell us about how that 91 machine's handling.
So. It's kind of rough. I try to save the tires, but then you get racing somebody and you forget all about it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of racing going on around, like, mainly you guys with the 17, the 54, and the 81. I mean, you guys just seem, no matter what, if one of you gets side by side, this another one comes into the picture. I mean, you guys just all look like you have about the same car just about. It's just when one of you gets a front, you can just pull away when the other two get side by side. So, is there anything you're going to look to possibly do different to maybe get away from that kind of situation for this next coming laps?
Yeah, I'm going to try to get out of the way. Because I'm on old tires.
Oh man, well, let's see what you got, man. I mean, congratulations on your stage 2 finish, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later on, Jonathan.
All right, man. Thank you.
As stage 2 winner officially now, 91 of Jonathan Jennings. And Sutton likes the inside as well, so Max should have a pretty clear go here around the outside for this restart. And restart rules are enabled though, so Max can't beat Jennings to the restart zone. This is gonna be intriguing.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this because that outside lane's never had a great restart so far tonight, and we've seen that bottom be able to prevail each time. But now that bottom's got old tires and the top's got new tires, this is gonna be interesting to see if that top kind of has a little bit of advantage. But I feel like that bottom's still. I think that bottom's just way too good, Emerson. I feel like that bottom's just gonna prevail going into turns 1.
You gotta look at it there, the restart zone, labeled by the Geico on the outside wall, and the lines on the track, that is the restart zone. These drivers are about to get into here. So, Jonathan Jennings is the race leader. He has max service on fresh tires to his outside. Stutzman, Schaefer, Sylvia, Schumacher, Gilliard, Cortez, Slade, Miz, the top 10. VRacing.com, safety vehicle finds its safety into the pit lane, the field into the Geico restart zone. And green flag is in the air, racing once again from Charlotte. Service from Schaefer. Looks like Schumacher, Cortez, Miz, the top 5 and 0. Some trouble going on here. I saw Jennings really dropped on the order. I know he's on old tires. My goodness, though.
Yeah, that was not the restart I was hoping for. I just thought Jennings was going to be able to get a better restart than that, but I just guess the fresh tires, man, they're just so much
40 lap
than
old tires. This is, the abrasive track.
I just know that the bottom's the preferred line here. It's just I just thought maybe it would have a little bit of fight back, even though it's on old tires. But
it
I
doesn't
just
matter if your tires mean too much in this car.
Hey man, you never know. You've seen the kind of stuff that happens. I mean, I'm just saying.
Down the back straightaway. This is Gilliard looking on Adrian Schumacher for 6th, and we remember Gilliard had some long run pace in this thing too. So Gilliard keeps himself up here. He's one of those drivers. Again, I could see.
Oh, they have a caution.
Yellow on the speedway.
Oh, it's the 44 again. And
that's the second time his suspension's been destroyed. Trying to see here and find any mnemonics. So here's the 44 Molnix right in front of the 3 of Greg Holt. Goes into the corner. And, well, Holt has nowhere to go. Right into the back of the 44 he goes, and the 44 careens up to the outside wall. Oh no! Did Andrew St. Clair get more damage in that?
I think he did. I think he scraped the wall.
Oh goodness! No, I'm talking about he's got suspension damage.
Oh, did he really?
Yes. Oh
man, it didn't even look like he hit it that bad. Oh no.
Oh man. And St. Clair has already been in the pit lane to repair suspension damage once. Goodness gracious. On board the 44. The lapped vehicle running up with the leaders. Doesn't always bode well for the lapped vehicle. Wow.
I don't. I mean, I understand what Molnix is trying to do. He's trying to get his laps back, but I mean,
he's 17 laps down.
I just don't understand why he's racing kind of hard for that. I mean, I just don't see how you can get that laps down.
You shouldn't be racing that hard with him. There should have been some space given. I don't know. That's a tough spot, I guess. And at the same time, I don't know if Holt knew what was gonna transpire going into the corner anyway. But what this does do is gives us a restart here. Another caution period. Service, Schaefer, Cortez, Miz, Sylvia, Schumacher, Gilliard, Slade, Holt, and Powell now. The top 10. And bring on up driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer. Reese, and again, you've been up here quite a bit. You've been able to experiment. What is the long run pace in the 17 machine like?
Honestly, that last run it was pretty rough. So we went in, coming into the corners, we couldn't turn, and coming off, everyone was sideways. So went down a little bit in the right rear, went up a little bit left front. So hopefully now the next long run we should be a little bit better in both areas. Those first 3 laps there, the car felt perfect. So hopefully that's a good sign for things to come.
Absolutely, and you're having to, good time up here racing, Swift Racing teammates. and having a good time up here racing. Holt and Lacey. What's the competitiveness been like up here?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I think honestly, even though it's open set, all of our cars have been really similar, and so we've been 2 wide, 3 wide, everything. We some corners were better. Like I feel like 1 and 2, I'm pretty rough, but 3 and 4, I felt like I was better than some others. So just gotta keep staying consistent and try to stick around to the end. I don't know if you guys know this, but there is rain on the way because the session closes in like an hour or so. So we made the conclusion that there's maybe a hurricane coming off the coast or something. So hopefully we get this thing done in time.
Oh no, we don't have the full session time, or we don't have the time to finish this race out potentially.
Last time, so we weren't halfway yet, and we already went halfway through the timer, and I think we only have an hour and like 15 left. So if we keep getting more yellows, the rain's probably gonna hit. So we'll have to see what happens.
Wow, that's going to be intriguing. Also, it's going to be intriguing to see what kind of racing we get as we get closer and closer to that session timer should this continue. But all right, Reese, you're up here. We'll be restarting second. Going into the second half. What are you feeling?
Just gotta stick around. I just like that last run. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I let Greg, Holt, and Lacey kind of go just to try to get some laps down and just see what they were doing, and just really just want to just stick around up here. I didn't want to. I mean, like even then we're not even halfway. So I mean, if Vinny or someone behind me misses or gets to get a run, I might just let him go and just try to stick around until we get farther along in this thing. But yeah, might have to. Maybe it might be a 3/4 of the way kind of night based on that rain coming. So we'll have to see what happens.
Right on. Well, Reese, best luck to you here, and what's left of the race, whether it's the entire 130 laps left or less, and hopefully we'll talk to you a little later on.
Yep, appreciate it, guys.
Driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer. That's intriguing information there, Ed.
Yeah, I don't think we have umbrellas up here, so we're kind of screwed. Gonna get wet.
We have a roof.
I know, but how are we gonna get out of here? What, are we just gonna be stuck in here? We got no food.
We have food. We get treated well.
Where do we get food? What do you mean? Natasha's here?
Get ready for the restart here. Max Service, Reese Schaefer in the front row. Cortez, Miz, Gilliard, Sylvia, Powell, Schumacher, McMahon, and Slade. VIRacing.com. Safety vehicle heads into the safety of pit lane. The field back in the hands of the 81 of Max Service. And racing once again from Charlotte. James Gilliard and Jason Miz duking it out hard up inside the top 5.
Yeah, how about Jason Miz? What a great recovery. I mean, he was involved in that big wreck earlier we saw. Now making his way back up to the front. And how about Kevin Powell, another guy we haven't talked about a lot tonight.
A lot of names up here that are making their appearances up inside the top 10 and making some noise with that as well. And they are all packed up here with Schaefer, Cortez, Miz, Gilliard, Powell, Slade, and Sylvia. Nathan Sylvia on the outside now is Slade. Trying to see if there's anything going up on the outside lane. And Miz peeking to maybe the outside. He's got to the outside of Cortez.
Yeah, Reese Schaefer got around there on the outside of Cortez as well. And now Miz is going to be able to clear. Now here comes Powell out to the outside.
Miz has got a great run. Powell's gotten by Cortez. The ante has been amped up, and Ed, I know, it's all virtual, and, the session timer, it still says we can make the full distance at this moment, but I think the ante has been upped with the potential that this race is not going to, could potentially not go full.
Yeah, that was interesting right there. It looked like the 93 was in the fence, and the 24 was looking loose, but... yeah, I think these drivers might be racing for a little bit more as I'm looking back here. Vincent Cortez is now moved up to the outside lane. Now he's getting powered down to the out bottom. James Gilliard's looking around bottom of him, and now Joshua Slade, Nathan Sylvia, and Vincent Cortez is just having a good time right now. He got trained on the top, now he's getting trained on the bottom.
I wonder if this is a move from Cortez to try to save some tire. We've seen him kind of burn up his stuff early on in a lot of these races, and now on this restart he is dropping like a rock. So it's just an attempt to maybe just preserve what he's got. But as all the competitiveness has been amped up here, it's gotten tight for the lead now. Powell looking to the outside of Schaefer. This is all right behind Max.
Yeah, which lane? If you're Max Service, which lane do you defend here? I would defend the top.
What can you defend? Here comes Schaefer. He's got to run.
Yeah, Reese is kind of making that bottom work, but here comes Powell. Powell's getting a better run on the exit going down in the corner, but Reese gets it better down in the middle of the corner here. Watch him. He's going to eat him all back up right here in the center of the corner.
Max has such good center to corner speed right there. You see him just absolutely gain through the center of the corner. But Powell gets that nice entry into on the outside, and Schaefer actually rolls the bottom really well. He clears Powell there.
Yeah, here comes Powell, though. Powell's going to have a better run on the exit here. Watch him. He's going to try to get back up to the back of the 17. Not quite yet. Looks like he's going to have to build one more run on this top lane to possibly get back there, but Reese is getting ready for it. Looks like he's showing that right rear to possibly defend it just a tad bit.
Powell trying to size up Schaefer right behind Max, and I wonder how much longer Schaefer's going to sit behind Max. Schaefer might have to get a move on here.
Ooh, Schaefer got up the track a little bit more there. I wonder if he lost control of the car on the bottom there or what, but looked like he had a moment. He had to overcorrect it just a little bit, but he's okay. Miz is under fire right now from the 79 of Joshua Slade right now. 79's all over the back of Miz. Miz is just trying to hold on to the spot as much as he can.
Very loose.
Yeah, I think the 93 is holding up all these guys right now. Ooh, Miz is looking, but can't make up his mind right now. Slade's like, all right, you're going to take your time. I'm going to make it to the bottom now. Here comes Slade to the bottom now, trying to get around Miz. He's not quite clear yet. Maybe one more good set of corner, he might be able to get there.
I just want to say, look at how packed up the front is. And almost all of these drivers have the car that can lead this race up in this top 10. This is how competitive tonight's field is.
Yeah, remember what I said in pre-race, too, what kind of race this was kind of going to be. Remember at Michigan, we kind of had a train situation with the draft and everything, but this ain't more of the draft kind of thing. This is just more of how this car settles for every single driver, no matter how different the setup is for somebody. Everyone's going to be just kind of as this close as you possibly can.
Absolutely. Jason Miz and Joshua Slade going at it. Oh, near contact between Cortez and Gilliard. I thought they were for sure going to make contact. That allows Lacey to get to the inside of Nathan Sylvia. And Lacey trying to get that pass complete. Nathan battles back on the outside, sideways off the corner, though. Lacey will clear.
Oh, we have a little bit more of a battle. Vincent Cortez gets to the back of Miz, gives him a shot going into the corner.
Contact entering the corner between Slade and Miz.
Yeah, here comes Cortez to the inside of Miz now, trying to clear him off the exit. He'll get there.
Powers by the 24. McMahon takes a little bit of the paint down there. Now Gilliard looking at Miz.
Yeah, how about Slade just got by Powell now? Move Slade into that top 3 now.
Powell is struggling. Cortez looks to make a move here soon. Schaefer
how about
and Server
Miz?
run away.
Miz just passed 2 for 1. He just got by Lacey, and now is looking on Gilliard around this top lane. Now here he goes trying to get around Cortez possibly.
Well, Miz has been up here. He's actually trying to defend from Lacey and Gilliard. Sylvia trying to push his way up to the 24. Cortez gets by Powell.
Gilliard trying to get around.
Oh, Gilliard's tight. 3 wide. Lacey to the inside of both Gilliard and Sylvia. Nathan Sylvia clears to 7th.
Now here comes Schumacher to the inside of Gilliard.
Schumacher takes the up.
Oh, Schumacher's going to wash it up tight. Oh, that was tight.
Lacey making some moves now on the inside, but Nathan's not letting him go easy. Miz now down to the bottom, trying to get by the 93 of Powell.
Oh, Miz is washing up the track.
3 wide
It got
again.
real tight.
No.
Lacey looked like he was thinking about it.
I thought for sure he was. I caught it before it happened, but Lacey files in line, stays behind Miz.
Miz is clear. Is he going to slide up and try to protect now? Here comes Lacey on the bottom.
Lacey, yep, to the inside of Miz, and Lacey's made so many spots up right there. Through his pack, and he's not clear of Miz yet, though.
Yeah, here comes Nathan Sylvia.
Nathan trying to roll the inside. Lacey clears the little pack here. Now
Oh, Sylvia got loose.
Nathan gets sideways. He'll catch the car that allows Schumacher to get up here. Schumacher's got a run on Miz here.
Yeah, where does he go with it? Does he go to the bottom? Does he go to the top? He's looking bottom.
Miz plays
Here he
defensive, but not defensive enough. Here comes Adrian.
Man, Adrian just looks like he has such a good car right now. Look at that entry he just got in the bottom. And he's gone from Miz.
Sideways
That's better
is
than what we've
Briars.
seen. That's better than what we've seen out of most cars
Briars.
passing right now.
Briars in 13th. Behind Jennings and McMahon. McMahon way up the track now. Powell is dropping like a rock.
Oh, McMahon did that on purpose. He drove it in there deep and made that top stick. Now he's going around Kevin Powell on the bottom.
Here comes Jennings, now trying to turn to the inside of Justin McMahon. Nathan Sylvia on Jason Miz for 7th, and Nathan looks to make that pass easy, clears up in front of the 24.
Yeah, can Miz get a run back to get back there? But now Jennings just behind them is looking to the inside of the 20. Here comes Miz, though, all over the back bumper of the 27. Is he going to do anything with it going down to turns 1? Looks like he's going to just stay behind him for now.
Gilliard now trying to hold station in front of Jennings and McMahon. Jennings and McMahon stay side by side. Gilliard able to hold station there 9th.
And Byers is just watching. It looks like he's trying to figure out. Oh, McMahon. What a run the 20 got on the top.
Jennings powers by. McMahon gets by on the outside. And here comes Byers and Gilliard. Oh, contact!
Oh, contact!
There's an net coded contact. They keep it straight.
He saved that. I would have been wrecked.
Oh, my goodness. I gotta say, the talent level in this field is nuts. Everybody on the lead lap, at least for sure the top 14, top 15, this is some crazy stuff.
This is unreal. The kind of racing we're seeing here tonight is just absolutely insane. But we got a battle going on between 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Landon Lacey got to the inside of Vincent Cortez, gets around him. Vincent Cortez looks like he's struggling. Now Landon Lacey's going to look to get his sights set on Joshua Slade for 3rd.
Schumacher looking to make easy work of Cortez. You're right. Here's Lacey trying to work on Slade. And behind, Cortez files behind Adrian. Here's Lacey to the inside of Slade. Can he keep the car powered up down there?
Oh, he does. He's going to get there to that quarter panel, but all that, Adrian Schumacher's building a run just behind them. Let's see what Adrian does with this. He's going to get there close enough. Oh, he's going to try to send it in there, try to get behind Lacey to try to follow that hole before the 79 closes it. It looks like Adrian's going to get there, though.
So Lacey clears to 3rd. Adrian now, you're right, looking at Slade. Oh, tight.
Oh, that's tight. And here comes Vincent Cortez. Oh, Vincent Cortez got tight as well.
Schumacher clears to 4th and now has his sights set on Lacey.
Oh, he cleared it really fast, too. He built some kind of run going down to turns 2. Now he's going to set his sights down into turns 3. I think Landon looked like he just gave him for the respect there. It looked like, I think Landon saw how fast Adrian's car was right now.
A bobble there from Schumacher, though. Schumi tried to hold on to what he's got. Cortez on Slade. And Cortez gets by to 79. Did you get all that?
Yeah. That's just a lot to catch up on, man. We had a lot of stuff going on right there. Oh man, the racing right now is just insane. It's like these guys are racing to a red flag condition, possibly.
Max Service, the race leader, 1.2 seconds out in front of Reese Schaefer. We don't know if we're going to get the full race distance in. At this current pace, maybe only 1 or 2 more cautions, we should. More than 2 more yellows, we might not get this whole race in. Max Service, though, he doesn't care when. Honestly, Max Service would probably welcome it a little earlier. I know he's got night shift tonight for the first time at his job, so he's trying to get out of here as quickly as he can. 1.4 seconds this gap now, as he is continuing to open the gap on Reese Schaefer.
Yeah, little by little, it looks like Max has got a faster car, but the times are just kind of in Max's favor right now. Sometimes they're kind of even, but Max is about 10th to a 10th and a half faster than Reese a lap right now, so it's kind of steadying out a little bit. But I want to keep my eye on this 82 and 54. I feel like both of these cars we're going to have to watch. I feel like these two might have the chance to run down our leaders. I feel like Adrian and Landon Lacey have really good cars right now, and I think they both have good long-run cars to where they can catch our front two.
You say that, and last lap they were faster than the 2 cars ahead of them, but that time Max is the fastest out of the top 4. So I don't even know what's happening anymore. What I do know, though, is we're going to step aside, and we're going to go side-by-side here at Pit Stop TV. Don't you go anywhere. Coverage to the end here of the Outlaws Sim Series Round 24 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway continues after this.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome, race fans, back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As you saw it there in the side-by-side, cautions out on the speedway. And another incident on the back straightaway. Cortez and Slade were racing hard for position. Let's try to figure out what happened.
Yeah, those two were racing really hard for position. Of course, Slade and Vincent Cortez having great runs tonight. Vinny had a run him going off at 4 on the top lane. Oh, this was... Oh, that was... Yeah, I could see why Vinny was kind of pissed. Oh, man. And it looked like Vinny was just retaliating.
And Andrew St. Cyr had nothing
Andrew
to
St.
do
Cyr
with
is
that.
just a lone victim in that. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Oh, good. Oh, Mike Petrin.
That Mike Petrin? Oh, my God.
Mike Petrin, what happened?
That looked like an Elliott Seller moment.
Oh, my gosh. He wasn't even a part of the caution. We'll get back to the Cortez Slade moment here in a second. We'll see what happened with Mike Petrin.
Oh man, it look it did not look good.
Oh, he got hooked.
What? It looked like he got hooked. Oh, that's Jacob Reeves.
Jacob Reeves disposed of Mike Petrin.
Oh my goodness.
We got
beef everywhere.
I was gonna say, Ed. It sounds like at this point somebody would say we've got beef.
Yeah, we got beef. We got people losing the wheel. We got a lot of things going on.
Oh, not the wheel. A lot of wheels.
Yeah, we're losing wheels here.
Gone all day. And
did Mike Petrin check up, or did Jacob Reeves just run him over here? Like, what happened?
What?
Oh, what in the world?
I don't know.
I'm gonna let you have that one because I don't know, honestly. That just does not look good either. I'm gonna be real.
I'll just let the visuals speak for themselves. As Cortez and Slade, their day is done. So let's see what here. Oh, this has been going on for a while. My goodness.
Oh, what did I miss? Did Vinny start it?
I don't know. Okay, so this is 2 laps ago. So this is this whole battle. 2 laps before the incident.
Yeah, these two were going back and forth for position. Vinny was like making runs and then he lost it. Okay, Slade got loose. Vinny looks to the outside. Vinny looks to cross him over. So Vinny went for the crossover. Slade went to protect it. Vinny got into the back of him. That's kind of justified because if you throw a block, I'm not gonna, you know.
Sure. Okay, so here Cortez is on the outside.
Oh, Slade just goes up. Slade just moves up the track. You can see he turned the wheel right.
And Cortez, he was done with it.
He was not happy with it.
And
yeah.
I think at this point, he was gonna wreck himself too, but good.
I think.
Yeah.
I think Vinny honestly got minimal damage out of that until right there. Maybe Slade might have broke the right rear, but that I'm not happy about. Slade taking Andrew St. Cyr. Andrew St. Cyr had no part in that.
Goodness gracious, Mike Petrin.
That's just. And tonight's been interesting to say the least. That's all I'm gonna say.
And this tonight with this larger field has upped the intensity tonight, and there has definitely been some rivalries made tonight. There has been several rivalries made tonight.
Just before playoff time too.
Yep, I was gonna say a turning point in the season for some. One last look at this incident, and I think Cortez wanted. I actually don't think Cortez wanted this to happen. Cortez just ran him up the track, ran him tight, and then I think Slade kind of turned off, and then finished off Cortez there as well.
Yeah, I think Vinny honestly was just trying to pass him, but instead they ended up both wrecking.
Well, we have a restart now, Ed.
I'm scared.
I don't know. Oh, you're in the session. You should be able to see the session timer. You see how much time is left.
They have just about 50 minutes left.
And ATVL predicts that this race is going to take 52 minutes to conclude.
They just hit 52 minutes to go, or just about. I'm terrible at math. Hold on. Yeah, just about 52 minutes.
Well, here we go. The iRacing.com safety vehicle heads into the safety pit lane. Reese Schaefer is the control car racing once again from Charlotte. The racing continues. Schaefer in the lead.
How about Nathan Sylvia?
Nathan Sylvia, right. He's cleared up to fourth, and he's looking at McMahon for third.
I think he got by 3 cars on that restart. I'm going to be real. I'm pretty sure he passed 3 cars.
Man, what a run it has been for that 27 machine. Miz, here he is on Jennings.
And Miz drove it in deep on that entry. It looks like he ain't going to be able to get there. The Adrian washed up bad on the exit right there. Just slid up in front of the 94 car of Byers. And here comes Gilliard just behind Byers looking for that position as well.
Matthew Byers, you're right, has made his return to the top 10. Landon Lacey fell outside the top 10. He wants to get back into this race.
Yeah, Landon Lacey last time by came down and took some fresh tires, so let's see how that pays off for Landon Lacey.
I think everybody came down for fresh tires. Oh, no, I think, yeah, everybody's on the same age tires.
Oh man, Landon goes all the way up to the 3rd lane there trying to find something. He's going to have a heck of a run right here. Watch this run. He gets in the exit.
Lacey,
Yeah, he's going to clear Gilliard easily.
Yep. To get by Gilliard, slots in behind Byers. And here comes Bothwell and Powell.
And Powell's had that kind of quiet night. You know, he had that one moment where he was up in the top 5, 6, flirting around with the leaders there, but now he's back here. I think he took tires as well. I think he was one of those guys that came down to pit, so kind of quiet night for the 93 of Kevin Powell for now.
All this goes on. It is tidying up front with McMahon and Service.
Not a bad night for the newcomer, huh?
Nope, second start, looking pretty spicy, pretty fast tonight. Trying to see what he can do with the Swift boys. Looking to the outside of Service. Pushing Service down the straightaway.
And all that. Landon Lacey got by Adrian Schumacher now for 7th. Oh, Gilliard's washing up. It's about to be 3 wide on the first straightaway. Greg Holt, Kevin Powell.
So
man,
sorts it out nicely. Bothwell into the top 10 and is looking powerful up to 8th and is continuing his run through the field. He's running with Landon Lacey now. They seek Miz and Jennings up the road.
Yeah, Greg Cole having a good run as well. I believe he was another one of those guys that came and took tires.
So we're working now. This is 88 laps to go this time by the start-finish line, and there's no real say if we're going to make that lap 88 mark. By the way, McMahon has, powered by Max Service, that pass up to 2nd for McMahon. Service 3rd, Sylvia 4th, Jennings 5th. But you don't know when the race is going to end. You don't really know how to plan the strategy. Should we go green today? We have yet to get green flag pit stops tonight, but if we go green to the end, we will get a green flag pit stop. How do you play it out, you know? This is going to be difficult.
I don't know, but I will tell you this. That timer is looking real slim and slimmer as we keep going. Right now it's showing we have about 47 minutes remaining. I don't know what it looks like on your end, Emerson, but
ATVL predicts 44 minutes, so we're in the good for now.
We're in the good for now. All right. Now we just got to keep our fingers crossed.
Now, 1 or 2 more yellows, though, and we are seeing a shorter race. This is also intriguing because we're going to have a chance here of a race. If we get into a scenario where overtime is needed, I don't think we're going to have an overtime attempt.
No, I think overtime might be out the window if we get another caution.
Service back on McMahon. For 2nd, McMahon holds station up on that middle lane. Sideways is McMahon. Here comes Service, trying to keep the power down.
Yeah, if Service is able to get there to that door, he might be able to clear him off of 4. Oh, it looked like Service had a moment going down on the turns 3. McMahon's going to be able to clear him back. Oh, as soon as I say that, Max has a better run off of 4.
Oh, Sylvia's loose behind.
It's the first time we've seen Sylvia loose, but now Jennings is looking underneath them for 4th.
Yep, Jennings and Sylvia, there they are. Yep, going at it for 4. Holt sideways off the corner. My goodness. Not just loose. He was 90 degrees sideways. Greg Holt was. I mean, he was not at the same racetrack as everyone else.
Man. I think Greg Holt's playing a little aggressive here tonight.
Yeah, I'd say so. And it is getting pretty tight back here with Byers holding up Holt, Bothwell, Powell.
Oh! Powell just got in the back of Bothwell. Oh, he moved him up the track. Oh, this might not end well. 3 wide. I don't know if Bothwell appreciated that. Powell gave him a shot going into 3. Like, I mean a shot. He didn't give him the wall, but he gave him a hit.
Ran him up the track for sure. And Powell gets on by. Into the top 10 is the 93. Schumacher back here.
And we got a battle for 6 going on as well, too. Landon Lacey underneath Miz. Looks like Lacey's going to clear him easily.
Move Lacey into that 6th position. And now has the sight set on the top 5.
Stutzman and... I don't believe Stutzman's on the... Oh, yeah, Stutzman is on the same lap. Excuse me. Stutzman just got around Bothwell for 13th, I believe. Haven't heard much from Stutzman all night tonight either. That's another one of those guys we haven't talked much about.
And Max Service has taken the lead from Reese Schaefer. Or they're battling for it anyway.
Oh, they're battling for it.
Oh, no, and Jason Miz through the infield paint. Back to the battle for the lead. Jennings clears McMahon. And Service wants to get by Schaefer ASAP so he can start opening a gap.
Yeah, McMahon's having issues. He's really off the pace. Now Sylvia's looking to get by him.
And something's gone on with the 20 of McMahon. Service is cleared to the race lead. And once again, Max Service is leading here at Charlotte. And now Nathan Sylvia, Justin McMahon, and Landon Lacey are all on top of one another.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if those two at the bottom make it past McMahon here soon. But McMahon's not going to give it up without a fight. Tries to power it around that outside. Looks like he ain't going to be able to clear enough, though. Nathan gets loose again. Maybe Lacey might try to go for a 2-for-1 here going into 3.
Nathan chooses the bottom, Lacey the middle, McMahon the top. And Nathan holds station at 4 for now, but Lacey has a run.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get underneath them here.
On Schaefer.
Hey, here comes Jennings. Jennings has been working this 3rd lane to get to Schaefer a little bit. Might be a little bit of a clean air game, but watch this run that Jennings is going to get down the back straightaway.
Oh,
maybe
sideways
and
Lacey as he passes Nathan. And Nathan gets back to 4th. Jennings to the inside of Schaefer.
Jennings clears Schaefer for 2nd.
And Jennings wants to not see Max tie him up for the win total on the season. Jennings is trying to see if he can do something about it.
Holy cow.
Here we go again with Lacey and Sylvia. I wonder if Lacey has burnt up his tires or used up his tires there in that slide. And Nathan will be able to try to hold station. Oh, is that a block or is he loose? Can't tell. Lacey to the inside.
It might be a little bit of both, but I don't think Lacey minded. Let's see. Lacey's going to go down here into 1 and 2. It looks like he's going to clear him easily, but Nathan might try the reversal here. Looked like he was trying to go for it, but I don't think he's going to get there.
Doesn't have the run. Lacey to 4th. Schumacher reemerges inside the top 10.
And Schumacher just powered around Greg Holt for 9th.
And Adrian now looking up ahead at McMahon, Miz, and Byers.
And McMahon's getting under trouble again here. Miz is looking underneath them. Now Byers is going to be just about there now.
Miz on McMahon for 6th. Miz makes that pass easy. Here comes Byers. Schumacher looks to follow suit.
I don't think Schumacher's going to get there yet, but Byers is going to be able to clear him going down to 3. Schumacher might be able to get there on the entry. Looks like Byers wants a little bit of a 2-for-1 here.
Byers on Miz. Here comes Schumacher with St. Cours. St. Cours lapped.
Greg Cole back in the picture as well. Greg Cole is on the lead lap. He's in 10th.
Miz fighting back on Byers. Here comes Schumacher.
Looks like Byers is going to be able to clear him going down to 3 and 4, but Miz might be able to hold off Adrian. Byers is going to wash up the track a little bit. Miz might be able to get back here for a second. Here comes Schumacher, though, to the bottom.
Schumacher to the inside, and he hits the apron, slides up. Byers has to check up. Miz is sideways.
Byers is loose. Byers got loose on exit right there, too. He lost the nose just about.
Schumacher to 6th.
Here comes Greg Cole underneath McMahon for 9th. Now Stutzman even joined this battle. He's in 11th. We got about 11th through about 6th right here.
All these cars under a blanket. You're right. Holt here on Miz. Miz way up the track. Holt will take that spot. These two are teammates.
Oh,
Holt
got
sideways.
loose.
Maybe not yet. So I'd imagine similar setups in the 24 and the 3 machine. McMahon still trying to work that outside. And Stutzman there in 11th.
Man, these battles have been crazy tonight. It
It's
seems
been-
like nobody wants to give an inch these lately, these last couple hundred laps.
It's been some amazing racing for sure.
It absolutely has. I, in my opinion, I think this has been one of the better races I've seen in a while.
It's definitely a good one. At the same time, with this level of aggression being held for so long, this has definitely got to be wearing out some drivers physically, mentally, emotionally. We're coming up to what would be, in most cases, 20 laps to go in Outlaws race. We still have 70 to go. Miz is in the wall, 3 wide. McMahon through the middle. Stutzman down low. Stutzman backs out. McMahon still fights the 24. Everybody's sideways up off the corner.
What just happened? Holy
What I
cow.
just said is what happened.
Oh my god. Miz hit the wall. McMahon looked like he about got into the 71. Stutzman had to back out of it. Powell and Gilliard are looking behind them, just looking to pounce on any mistake they made. Gilliard now gonna try the top lane. McMahon's still trying to make this third lane work, but he's just barely hanging on.
Stutzman here on the 20. This is for 10th. And McMahon is still trying his heart out on the high side.
I give him credit. He's making it work. He's just got to keep trying it. Now here comes Gilliard. He's going to try to follow Stutzman along through this.
And Stutzman clears to 10th. Gilliard wants a piece of the pie. McMahon way up the track. And Gilliard will try to take advantage of that. Max Service up front. He's opened up a second advantage over Jonathan Jennings.
And Adrian Schumacher starting to catch Nathan Sylvia for 5th right now.
You're right.
See them
that
just
battle
coming
for
off of
fifth.
turn 2 right there. Adrian Schumacher's been railing them down more and more. Nathan Sylvia's starting to lose a little bit of grip on those tires.
Schumacher's looking.
He's going to get there to that quarter panel. He just got to make it to where he can get a better entry in 1 and 2 than Nathan. Oh, Nathan's going to try to pinch him a little bit. He got there just about, but Nathan looks like he's going to let him go on by.
And Schumacher clears himself into that 5th position. Nathan has to fall back to 6th. We've got about a second and a half back to Byers.
Nathan's going to keep trying this top lane to get around there, but I don't think he's going to be able to get there. Yeah, Nathan had it back out of it there. He got loose off the exit. The only closest battle I've seen that's starting to happen and unfold right now is Ree Schaefer and Landon Lacey. I mean, you got Byers being reeled down by Hull and Stutzman. But, oh, Gilliard and Miz are fighting now for 10th. Oh, Miz just got back into the back. Oh, and Miz got there.
Sideways. Miz is going around hard into the outside wall. And that is suspension damage, terminal damage. Powell has his severe suspension damage as well. This should bring out a full course yellow.
No caution.
That is 2 cars destroyed, and Powell cannot steer that car. 2 destroyed machines.
Honestly, that just looked like one just not, it just didn't look like enough room was given. I'll be real. Oh, we got to watch this, Emerson. The 44 and the 3 are meeting up again.
Well, I'm not 44 has worried about that. Trying to get a replay and see what happened.
Yeah, it just looked like the 33 and the 24 were fighting hard. And it looked like the 33, just not enough room as much as Miz thought. Miz started washing up the track. Now right here, Miz started just keep washing up the track, it looked like.
Well, McMahon had nowhere to go and absolutely walloped the 93 into the inside wall, and I cannot believe that did not bring out a yellow. So the race stays green.
Oh, Greg Hall in the front. Wrecking, has no tire.
There's Greg Holt's destroyed car, and that will bring out a caution. Caution's out on the speedway this time for Greg Holt. And Molnix tried to wreck Greg Holt there. He actually did get him into the wall there.
Well, he did, and then Greg just lost control.
No, he didn't have a right front tire. He had suspension damage.
Oh, and right there, that definitely killed it.
Big
look at
hit for the 3.
His tires is flailing.
That's a massive, massive hit. I know it's a virtual, sim, but you can't help but cringe at a hit like that. That one it's heavy.
Yeah.
We're right on board with Greg Holt. I think he got the wall, and he always had damage after he caught the wall.
I was just curious if he got the damage when he got hit by the 44, or if it was after. I didn't see if the right front was down after. Let's see, right? Oh yeah, it was hurt right there. Yep, it's hurt. It's hurt.
The car was destroyed.
Yep.
He was just trying to go as long as he could. Absolutely.
That's a shame.
That car. Nathan Sylvia's lost the lap. Oh no! Under caution!
What in the world?
Nathan Sylvia wrecked that 27 machine. This was after the caution was called. And he was by himself.
What?
So you'll be able to see the lights around the racetrack. He's loose off the corner. There's the yellow light, and he has destroyed the right front tire. And yeah, that is race-ending suspension damage. Not able to steer into the corner. The 27 is done.
Oh no.
We had about 3 or 4 incidents here that have absolutely shaped this race. And now, Ed, we're looking at potentially not being able to finish this race on session time. And we'll take a look at it here, the race info. 10 cautions for 31 laps. We've had 15 lead changes today. The 10 cautions for a 250 lap race in a time span of 2.5 hours. That is that's a tough standard to meet.
This just got interesting.
Also, you pit here, you might be able to make it to the end of the race. And if the race is shortened, you definitely should be able to make it to the end of the race.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm just curious. I couldn't see. Did everybody pit right there? I'm not sure. I don't.
Yeah.
remember.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is
How did I
your
say?
ticket to make it to the end of the race. I'd imagine everybody pitted.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Now it's just gonna be interesting to see how conservative people are gonna be, or if it's gonna be an aggressor. Don't know. I just feel like Jennings and Lacey have better long run cars. I think Adrian might have something also to say about that, so it's gonna be interesting.
I hear Max Service has been far away the best car. In clean air, he will absolutely open up a gap. It'll be intriguing to see what he's able to do here with Jennings and Lacey. Free range on him at this point. So here we go. We should be coming to the choose here.
I'm expecting Max to take the bottom like usual. Yep. Jennings took the bottom.
Gonna put Lacey in the outside.
That's interesting to me because I thought Jennings would maybe want to try the top, but I think he just knows how the bottom is on restarts. Because Jennings has been making that top lane work. I think he just knows how this is going to be on restarts, but I like where Lane and Lacey sits, to be honest with you. Somebody that can maybe possibly challenge Max Service going into turns 1 if he gets the proper restart right. But it's going to be interesting to see here.
It will be interesting. We talked about it all race. The outside lane does not get favorable restarts. Is Lacey going to be the one to change that? There's only 3 cars lined up on the outside at this point. Everybody else. Bothwell, Stutzman, Gilly, they've all been making extra stops. That's Jeremiah Stutson has made 23 pit stops tonight.
Wow. Okay, that's a number.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just him coming out and top off Phil.
Is that a record?
I don't know. I
I'm
haven't kept that stat.
I'll have to check on that. Andrew would know. We have to ask Andrew.
But here we go. VRRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down the pit lane, the field into the hands of the 81 of Max Service. Fuel should be good to the end. I don't know what session time is. Green flag back in the air. This is going to get good side by side for the race lead. Max Service up high, Landon Lacey down low.
Yeah, I mentioned if Landon gets a good restart, what would he be able to do with it? We're seeing it now. Lacey wants to make sure he controls this race. Who knows how much longer we got left to go.
Landon Lacey powering it up on the inside. Service is trying to stay on that outside corner. They're side by side, down the back straightaway.
And Lacey's been good on this bottom lane, but Max looks like he's being able to make this middle work. Oh, they're still about to be even on the oh, Max got a little loose right there. They're still going to be side by side going down the turns 1 and 2.
Reese Schaefer's trying to come and be a helper to Max Service. These two are still going at it side by side. Both of them understand clean air is everything.
Yeah, they're not giving each other an inch either. I love it.
Max
This might be the race for the win.
Needs this to control the playoff field. Landon Lacey just wants the trophy.
You got one trying to add another win sticker to his amazing season. Another one that just wants to go trophy hunting.
Lacey, a good run there. Service keeps it on the outside. I think Lacey drove it deep there at the center of the corner. He's going to pay for it down the straightaway.
And Max might
And
be able
he
to
backs
clear,
off.
actually.
Max Service clears back to the race lead.
Now this is where Landon's got to be smart. He's got to make sure he cools off them tires to get another chance at him. He doesn't want Max to be able to pull away. But the bad thing is, every time Max has been able to pull away in clean air, nobody's been able to catch him.
This is intriguing. This is also the most pressure Max has felt all day. And here comes Lacey once again.
Is Lacey going to be able to make it clear in a 3 and 4? Max is going to fight harder on this outside.
Lacey hits the apron!
Lacey hits the apron!
And Lacey checks up to not take Max. Still side by side. Here comes Schaefer.
Oh, we might see 3 wide.
No, Schaefer wouldn't take it 3 wide. Not in this scenario.
All this, Lacey's still trying to fight back on this bottom.
Max Service is still keeping Hat Car high, wide, and handsome up there. This battle continues. Jennings into the fray. Schumacher, McMahon, Bothwell, all top 7 within 1 second of each other.
Yeah, Lacey backed off of it there. He's going to try to make another run at it. He's going to try for round 3, hopefully, to make it work. Just Max has just been, his car has just been so great once he got out in clean air. It's just how hard do you want to fight this now? I can't confirm, Emerson. We have about 35 minutes left in the session. 35 minutes.
35 minutes. How much time is left in this battle? Service holds station for now. The race says it should take 25 minutes to finish.
All this, Jennings has his doorbell being knocked by Adrian Schumacher. McMahon is back up here in this battle, Emerson. Your boy in the 20.
Yeah, McMahon's had a good run tonight. I never really picked him for anything.
Well, I know you were supportive when he was, you were upset when he got involved in that one wreck.
I'm upset when anyone gets into a wreck. But here comes Landon Lacey. To the inside, he'll strip it down into turn 3.
Oh, that's a difference. Max looked like he just gave it to him.
No, he did not. Landon Lacey sent it.
The Lacey special.
What can Max do? Max has rarely been in this position. The only person he's been behind in their dirty air has been teammate Reese Schaefer. I'm sure Reese, cut him some breaks.
Oh, Max has a good run right here. I think he's going to wait it out, maybe try to set it up for the next corners.
He's smart. He knows that clean air means everything, but he's also smart and knows that he can't do anything if he burns up the tires.
If you're Max, you maybe try a different line. Maybe you saw that middle lane work for you a little bit. Or do you keep trying to stick to this bottom line?
You keep the pressure on Lacey, I think. Lacey has been making mistakes throughout the night. Hitting the apron, getting loose, getting off the line. Here comes Service! Service is feeling it. Jennings! Looking on Schaefer for third behind. This battle for the lead continues.
Yeah, they got side by side everywhere around this track.
Oh, Lacey in the wall!
Yeah,
Lacey got too high! And that's exactly what I was fearing for Landon Lacey.
Oh, man. Oh, but here comes Schaefer and Jennings now. Can
Now-
either one of them challenge for the lead?
I was going to say, now what is the state of Max's tires? If Max is going to win this race, he needs Schaefer to hold Jennings up as long as he can.
Absolutely. I think Jennings is another one of those kinds of cars that can contend for this win. I think Reese even maybe can even contend for this win. I think any one of these guys behind him, though, can also contend, but
I think everybody's playing team player right now for Max, if that's the case.
it might be.
Schaefer trying to keep that car on the quarter panel, but Jennings clears.
Jennings clears it. This is where Max is going to have to start trying to pull away as much as he possibly can here.
And Max was side by side in his battle much longer than Jennings was. Schumacher passes Schaefer as well. Lacey's back to 5th. He's not out of it.
What does Jennings do? Do you move him if you get there, baby?
Well, if he doesn't get sideways first, that was big sideways for Jennings there off of turn 4. And here comes Schumacher. Adrian Schumacher. But great run and tight through the center of the corner. Sideways off the corner. And I think that Schumacher had a chance, and he got really tight to 30 air behind the 91.
And that's just normal, to be honest with you. Now Lacey's trying to fight back and get back up here, working around the outside or the inside, excuse me, of Adrian Schumacher for 4th. Looks like Landon's gonna clear him. He's gonna have his sights set on Reese for 3rd.
Reese Schaefer in 3rd, Landon Lacey 4th, Adrian Schumacher 5th. What kind of a battle can we see out of a Schaefer and Lacey? Be an intriguing one for sure. I think Max is starting to get comfortable again.
Oh, you know Max is definitely comfortable. I think he's led the most laps tonight. I think we could confirm that.
That, I think, might be a given for sure.
Yeah.
Top 5 still no Satel. Top 4 in a second.
And Landon Lacey's trying to recover everything he can right now. Do you think, honestly, if Landon can get by these two as fast as possible, you think Landon might have a shot at him again?
Most definitely, Landon Lacey still has a shot in this race.
He's going to have to make quick work of Reese and Jonathan Jennings, though. I feel like he's going to not have to use as much time.
Jennings is the one
that
I am unsure how to read Jennings right now. I don't know if he's saving tires. I don't know if he's burnt up his tires. And I don't know what he's going to do in the position if Schaefer or Lacey catches him. And now Lacey has lost time.
Well, I can say these last 2 laps, fastest car on track has been that 17 car.
It has been.
And it hasn't been by much, though. That I will say, though.
By 4 100ths the last time by.
Yeah, the one before it was by a couple thousandths, but 17's got a little bit more speed, but
We got Silas there in the center of the corner.
Yeah.
Lacey might have burnt up his stuff. Lacey's lost another 10th to Max overall.
Yeah, these times keep going back and forth. That time it was Jennings by a couple 1,000ths.
Over Max. You're right. Oh, Schaefer's very loose. So we have built ourselves quite a race here, Ed. Quite a race we built here. We have 37 laps to go, time permitting. This time by the stripe, we have 37 laps to go. Max Service trying to tie Jonathan Jennings for the win total this season. Max Service gets this win. Max Service reclaims the top seed in the playoffs. Reese Schaefer trying to get his 2nd win on the season. Landon Lacey trying to... Well,
yeah, one and done.
Yeah, one and done. Trophy hunting. Adrian Schumacher trying to get his first win on an oval since race 9 of season 1. A lot of storylines up here. Jeremiah Stutzman has been puttering around most of this race. He's made 23 pit stops. He's in 6th.
I think he's booked the record for that.
Newcomer Matt Breyer is in 7th. Has had a great run. Justin McMahon in 8th, making his 2nd start a great run. Brad Bothwell has been in it tonight in beef, and he is still running well in 9th. James Gilliard has had quite a car tonight. Right in the moment, Meyer 10th, last car in the lead lap. The building blocks for something special is here. There you go, though. 17 total lead changes tonight. 10 cautions, 33 laps. And with 35 laps to go this time by the start-finish line, we're going to step aside one last time. Pit Stop TV side-by-side, and we'll bring you coverage to the end on the far side of this break.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway. Max Service has been the dominant car of the day. He's leading now. 31 laps to go. He's opened up a second advantage over Jonathan Jennings. Second and a half over Landon Lacey. And nearly 2 seconds to his teammates Schaefer and Schumacher. Max Service has been very much in control of the race tonight, but he's sideways there off of turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think Max is starting to feel, I'm not saying a little bit of the pressure, but I think he's knowing he has to run the best laps he can.
And losing 3/10 in one slide is not going to help. Max now has to try to reclaim the gap that he opened up. Over Jennings and Lacey. Lacey is hunting. Same time, if Lacey catches Jennings, I don't think that's going to be an easy battle.
No, and Jennings was about 2/10 faster that lap. I mean, that was, of course, with Max getting loose and everything, but I think Jennings is starting to search a little bit, trying to find something. He's been working a little bit higher up out of the bottom groove. But doing that is allowing Landon Lacey to close in on him. I think Landon Lacey's starting to run out of time if he wants to try to get back up to Max Service for this race win.
Lacey's fastest over Service, Schaefer, Schumacher, and Jennings out of the top 5. So you said Jennings was, coming. All of a sudden, Jennings is the 5th fastest out of the top 5.
Yeah, it's crazy how that changes.
It is. It absolutely is. Matt Rogers lapped car trying to get by Reese Schaefer. Matt Rogers, despite the incident he was in early on, he is 11 laps down. It has been a race of attrition and Ed, very much like an endurance race, as what we're expecting, tonight to just be a long race in general. These post-race results are going to look like an endurance race.
Absolutely.
All the cars.
We only have 10 cars on the lead lap.
It's something else.
We had 35 to start, just remember that. We're down to 10 on the lead lap.
It is truly something else. So Max Service, he's opened up his gap once again. Lacey faster than Service by only 11 1/1000ths. James Gilliard is setting competitive lap times, but he is down in 9th. Let's ride on board with Max. Let's see how he's attacking the track.
Yeah, I've been watching him a little bit. It looks like he's struggling loose on some of the corners. Other than that, it looks like his car is pretty fast. Not gonna lie. If he's able to manage the looseness of the car, he's able to maintain the kind of speed he's got. He gets off the corner a lot more better than Jonathan Jennings, as I can tell.
For a second, let's look at Max compared to the rest of Swift Racing. At least the one's still running. 2 seconds over Schaefer. 3 over Schumacher, pretty much. And remember what Max said in his stage win interview. This is not the same setup that Schaefer and Schumacher have. He sent the same file to him, but since practice started, he made a lot of adjustments.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be asking Max for the setup from now on. I know everyone bugs him for a setup every week, but I think it's going to be a lot more now if he gets able to put this one in victory lane.
Well, we knew Max would make a setup before. He's got 3 wins on the season, and he's leading the points.
Oh yeah, he's got 3 wins. He makes 3 different setups though, which is interesting.
So I want to see Lacey, who is the fastest car on track at the moment. He's attacking right here behind Jennings, trying to set this move up.
Yeah, Lacey's going to be able to get there. We're just under 10 minutes left in the session, by the way, Emerson.
10 minutes? That's intriguing because we only have 12 minutes on ATVO. So we may not finish this race by about 4 or 5 laps. So at the we could be racing to 245, 246, 247 could be the white.
It'd be interesting.
It'd be less than 20 laps to go, which means the intensity is gonna surge if Lacey and Jennings battle.
Watching all this, it looks like Stutzman's under fire from McMahon.
Lacey was
a couple
very
lap cars
sideways.
in there.
Very sideways right behind Jennings.
Oh, that you see Lacey sideways, that means he's pushing again. Now Jonathan Jennings looks like he's going to start mirror driving a little bit.
McMahon does get over Stutzman.
Very impressed with this 20 car, to say the least, Emerson. I know it's probably one of my first times watching him. It's the second race starting in Outlaws, but a very little quiet, successful night for that 20 group. Very, very, very good run. Not gonna lie.
It has been. And last week at
Phoenix,
Phoenix,
with this kind of competitive field too.
Oh yeah.
Nonetheless.
Last week at Phoenix, I know he ran a lot of laps. I think I mean, at Phoenix, that was also a race of attrition. I can't remember for sure, but I think he finished. Which again is a lot that a lot of drivers couldn't do that last week. Jennings has reeled in Max a little bit, 1.3 seconds the gap.
Yeah, it's just about a 10th that lap.
But the second Lacey and Jennings get to battling, if they do, Jennings, you heard the RPMs kick up there. Off the corner, Jennings is having to control...
Shifting?
No. Jennings is having to control the throttle on corner exit. And oh, big time loser, Landon Lacey! And that might be Lacey's chance at second gone.
Yeah. I mean, Reese is starting to run competitive lap times too.
I was going to say, as we say, Max was getting chased down by Jennings. Max sets one of the fastest laps he's set in the past, like 10. That's a pretty fast lap compared to everybody else. So yeah, Lacey's opened up the opportunity for Schaefer. You said Schaefer was setting pretty competitive lap times. Opens up the opportunity for Schaefer to have a go at a podium. Max is trying to maintain a 1.2 second advantage. We don't really know how many laps to go. I can tell you there's less than 9. Well, the 9 minutes left in the race.
5 minutes now.
5 minutes. Oh man.
So if I'm taking a guess, we're probably gonna get around I'm gonna say 245. Probably the max. There's no way we make it more.
So racing the clock tonight. What's been a wild, wild race. The gap, 1.1 seconds. Service trying to hold on for his 4th win on the season. Jennings trying to chase him down to get his 5th. Lacey's gone trophy hunting. Schaefer's just trying to get another. And Schumacher once won on an oval. 15 laps to go are scheduled, but much less than that is probably what's on the table.
Another close battle starting to build up right now. The 94 Matthew Byers and Justin McMahon. 6th and 7th going on right now. McMahon's starting to reel in the 94 just a tad bit. 94 has been struggling off the exit of 2 a lot, as I noticed.
I saw McMahon nearly fence it there off of 2. My goodness, he is pushing. Yep, there's Byers in his first Outlaw start. McMahon in his second.
And McMahon's been making a slow charge back up through this field after a couple incidents. Looks like he's able to run this bottom a little bit more better than the 94. The 94 just cannot get it off the corner, it looks like.
McMahon's closing it down. Byers takes the middle. McMahon to the bottom side now.
Oh, McMahon's going to get loose.
Lacey's lost a lot of time now. I think Lacey had another bad slide.
Oh, yeah, he was about 3 seconds slower that lap to our leaders. Well, 3 seconds to Jennings, excuse me. But, or 3/10 to Jennings, yeah.
Stutzman a problem off the corner. Does McMahon have this opportunity for 6th?
Oh, he's wheeling it in there. He drove it in deeper into 3 and 4 that time and made it stick.
We could be looking at about 7 to go.
Yep, drivers are getting the warning now. I believe I hear over race chatter. 3 minutes left in the session. 3 minutes to go.
3 minutes, which is 6 full laps. Then iRacing will display the white flag the next time the leader takes the start-finish line, and then the race will end the next lap. That is how iRacing has written in the sporting code and how I've only experienced it once in my iRacing career as a driver.
I've never seen it.
Well, get ready to learn a new iRacing procedure. Side by side, yep, for 6th. And I think Byers is not going to fight this one too hard.
Oh, man, McMahon powered it in there. He might almost hit the
wall. Went a little high, though. He might let Byers come back.
He's done that before, though. He's made that work all night. So that's not surprising to see him make it work. But Byers is fighting back.
Jennings has cracked under a second to service, but is there enough time, even if Jennings is significantly faster?
Reese is starting to catch up to Landon Lacey. Lacey's starting to struggle a lot more here.
Oh, McMahon nearly catches the water off of 4 on the straightaway. Here's Schaefer on Lacey. Mike Petrin has gotten a new motor in that thing. Look at him go.
Yeah, he's working it. Respectfully getting these guys enough room to be able to go battle each other, possibly.
So time quickly winding down here. And let's say, I know this is, honestly, it's I think we needed a green flag run. But 250 laps, yes, there's a test of endurance. If we're not necessarily going to get all 250. But man, what a race it's been. It's been entertaining, it's been fun, it's been chaotic. It's been good. We've had great racing and the chaos. And Max Service has somehow, in a chaotic 35 car field, one longest races on the season, has controlled it almost the entire day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been one of those races where, as a race fan, you would almost enjoy. I mean, we had drama, we've had beef, we've had action, we've had passing, we have extreme hardcore racing going 3 wide. It's just, everything's just been amazing right now. We're just about 30 seconds left, Emerson.
30 seconds left, so either this lap or the next will be the white flag. It should be next time by. Max Service leading the charge here at 1.6 seconds. His gap over Jonathan Jennings. You see Jennings just peeking in the frame there. But what a drive it's been. And I know we're not going to have much time to... I don't know if we're going to have a chance to talk to Max after this race, after the broadcast. But certainly would be an attaboy for the race he's driven tonight. Is that the white flag?
No white flag. I haven't seen nothing.
No white flag.
We've surpassed the time limit, I will say that.
Does that account for the 2 hour, or I'm sorry, for the 2 minute grid and pace lap?
Not yet. We might be able to finish this whole thing.
Might be able to if it does account for the grid time. Continuing. The full distance might be seeked, but nonetheless, still a phenomenal drive from Max. He has the way he had to fight today. The adjustments he made to this car in practice, the drivers he had to duke it out with, Jennings and Schaefer and Lacey and Holt, and many more, has been phenomenal. And at the moment, we have 3 laps to go scheduled. A well-deserved race in the favor of the 81. He's opened up 2 seconds now on Jennings. Schaefer's lost now. I think everybody else's tires are falling off, and somehow Service is still able to keep this thing going straight.
Yeah, you think they're going to be regretting not having this set up now?
I'd say so.
I mean, I would be, you know.
And now we know
it's been a great race, though.
This race will go to full distance because even if the timer runs out, this time by the start-finish line will be the white flag regardless. So all 250 laps. It was close. Max Service now with a 2.2 second lead. And we would go seeking around other battles at the racetrack in that time, but we just didn't know when the checkers were going to fall. But we do know for sure that Max Service has taken the white flag presented by Whiplash Media Sim Cams.
They've just done everything all night. Reese Schaefer has gone by Landon Lacey for third. It looked like Lacey had a moment, but Max Service has done everything he needed to do tonight to be able to go and sneak out this final win. That will seal the deal for 4 wins on the season.
For 1 week, he lost a top seed in the playoffs, but Max Service, a 4-time winner on the season, he'll get it done in Charlotte. Max Service reclaims the top seed in the playoff standings. And what a drive, and attaboy is very much in store for driver of the number 81. What a race. Max Service drove his heart out. He battled Landon Lacey tooth and nail. And
Reese Schaefer gives him a congratulatory bump there from a teammate.
what a job. Max Service comes down to the front straightaway, and deservingly so, will do some donuts for us.
Pretty decent burnouts, if I might say so. Still gotta teach him on that a little bit, though.
This might be a little short-lived. I wonder how quickly he's trying to get out of here.
Yeah. Think we should get him now?
Yeah, I'll pull him on up. We'll see. Yeah, I know you got some work to do tonight, so we'll try to get this one in for you a little quicker. But Max Service, I have to say, I know Indianapolis was an insane drive for you. This might be one of the most impressive races you have put together, Max. This was an amazing showing.
Yeah, this thing was a rocket ship, man. It was evil, but it was a rocket ship. Obviously it wasn't as evil as everybody else's car, but it was trying to die the entire race off of every corner. I don't know how it didn't, and quite honestly, I lost the car a couple times. Got it back. If I didn't lose the lead to Reese on pit road, I could have led some more laps. And just dominated a little bit more.
I think the number of laps you led is perfect. Even that's counting Vinny chipping your lap, because Car 81 led 181 laps tonight en route to this dominant victory. How close was the time limit there?
We took the white flag with 1:30 left in the session and about 5 laps left in fuel. So it was a little closer than I think I'd like it, but that is what it is.
I was gonna say, from that last restart, did you know you were good on fuel to the end?
Not a clue. I had no idea what the fuel run was this entire race at all.
That's fair.
we don't look into that over here at Swift Racing. That's just not in our pay grade.
And Max, I know he was very late coming into the race, but to have to fight tooth and nail with Landon Lacey as hard as you did, how did that make you feel? Knowing that you came out on top in that battle.
Oh, that was a blast. I love racing Lacey. Lacey's so much fun to race. He races as hard as ever, but I was having a blast there, and at one point I'm like, I know we both know this is probably the dumbest thing we could be doing, tearing up our tires, but we just kind of kept going at it, and I let him go, and then the car just rotated back to his inside and took the lead again, so I mean, my car wanted to lead, and it wasn't happy anywhere else, I guess.
So Max, for 1 week, you lost the top seed in the playoffs. You now, by virtue of you holding the point lead for now, and your 4th win on the season, you reclaimed the top seed. I think you might not be showing up next week, but for what it's worth, how do you feel to reclaim that top seed?
Feels pretty good. I said last week that I wanted it back, and I came out here and I got it back. Quite honestly, I didn't think the setup was very good at all coming into this race. There's been a little bit of help with the setup along the way, and it just came to life. It felt real bad, but it was real fast. So, when it's fast, it don't really matter. It's kind of reminded me of Atlanta. The car was terrible, but won the race, and it had decent speed there. It had way more speed tonight than we did at Atlanta.
Right on. Well, Max Service, now a 4-time winner on the season, reclaims the top seed in the playoffs, extends his point lead out in front of the field, and maybe with Seth Berger's trouble tonight and you outdoing Jennings most of the night, even if you miss next week, you might still hold the points lead. So very, very nice job done today, Max. I know you got night shift to pull tonight, so I'll get you out of here. Congratulations on your 4th win. And seriously, Max, that was impressive. So there it is, driver of the number 81, his 4th win on the season, Ed, and wow. It's all I can say. I mean, that's all a lot of people can say. Let's see what the standings say, though. The results for tonight's race, because there's a lot to break down here, Ed. So it's Max Service. With the race win, 181 laps left. He edges out Jonathan Jennings by 3 seconds. We thought Jennings was coming to take the lead from Max, and Max just drove away from everybody at the end of it. Reese Schaefer comes home third, 4.5 seconds back over Landon Lacey. Adrian Schumacher rounds out the top 5. Justin McMahon in his second start gets a 6. Matt Byers in 7th. In his first Outlaws Sim Series start, James Gilliard comes home 8th. Jeremiah Stutzman 9th, and Brad Boffo. That's the whole lead lap, Ed.
Yeah, and then going to the other sheet, you just see all the lap cars. In 11th, we have the 22. Jacob Reeves was 2 laps down. 12th place, 96 of Matt Rogers, 10 laps down. 13th to 44, Daniel Molnix, 55 laps down. 14th, the 12 of Andrew St. Cyr, 57 laps down. 15th, 27 of Nathan Sylvia, 62 laps down. 16th, the 3 of Greg Holt, 63 laps down. 17th, the 93 of Kevin Powell, 65 laps down. The 18th, 24 car of Jason Miz, 66 laps down. 19th, the 41 of Mike Petrin, 74 laps down. And then 20th, Joshua Slade in the 79, 100 laps down.
And you got more of Heartbreakers Row. Heartbreakers Row is a pretty long list tonight. Vincent Cortez led some laps. He'll end up DNFing out of here. 101 laps down to 21st. Doug Solms, unfortunate end to his evening. 22nd, 122 down. Julio Villalobos had a great run tonight as well. Finishes 23rd, 139 laps down. Matthew Setzer, unfortunately had caused an incident off of turn 2 there. 24th, 142 laps down. Seth Berger, another tough break for Seth. And I wonder if he knew if he stayed in the race, he could have maybe even gotten a top 15 out tonight. But it'll be 25th, 4-77, 163 laps down. Devin Smith, 26th, 195 laps down. Sam Borden, 27th, 197 laps down. Seth Fitzpatrick in 28th, 197 laps down as well. Joshua Lane Fox, 29th, 208 laps down. Joshua Balliet turned in the race controller tonight as Adam Gardner was having issues tonight. And Joshua Balliet comes on 30th, 210 laps down. And a new job at the end of the night.
And new job at the end of the night, but 31st, 42, Tyler Markle, 218 laps down. Like you said, Emerson, 56, Adam Gardner, who had issues early on, and 32nd, 238 laps down. Hopefully we see him next week with hopefully a better result for Adam Gardner. 33rd, 65, Kyle Lingerfeld, 240 laps down, along with the 11 of Scott Bailey, and 34th, 240 laps down. And then rounding out in the final position, 35th, 47, Andrew Schroeder, 247 laps down.
So that is how the 35 car field ended up tonight. And Ed, you don't know how happy it makes me to say that. We had another huge field here in the Outlaws Sim Series. I know Adam, he has been he's been wanting this field, these field sizes to come back, and I think a lot of people, wanted to partake in tonight's race. Maybe caught a little off guard by the lap count, but nonetheless, a good field size tonight. Gave us a lot of action, a lot of chaos, a lot of racing, a lot of passing, a lot of fun, and a lot of storylines, a lot of rivalries, a lot of fights, a lot of beef, a lot of destroyed suspensions, and a lot of destroyed wheels. Chaotic night to say the least, Ed.
Yeah, more the beef, if anything. I'm not going to lie, but I mean, I love it when there's kind of more action than anything involved in this race. I mean, Charlotte just proved to be another one of those chaotic races that we've had on this season. I think this has to go down as probably one of the top 3 races we had this season, in my opinion, with all the action and chaos we had all night. So it's definitely great to see the regular season, and rounding out with that kind of race, with just a couple races left before we get playoff searching. But not bad from Charlotte, not bad. We come here one more time, though, but not so bad for the Oval.
Certainly. We got a little bit more post-race coverage to do if there's anybody still left around. More post-race interviews on the far side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. Post-race coverage of tonight's Outlaws Sim Series Round 24 here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by Elite 7 Racing. News on the far side.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway in the post-race coverage of tonight's 24th round of 36 on the season. It was a long one tonight, but we'll be wrapping this one up quickly here. We are joined with third place finisher Reese Schaefer. He's standing by with Ed Schur.
Yeah, Reese Schaefer with a great finishing run tonight in third place. The healthcare billing Toyota Camry was looking really strong out there, Reese, all night tonight. Tell us what you needed, maybe possibly a little bit more to get through to get Max and get the win for that 17 team.
Yeah, we had a really good run tonight. The healthcare billing over car was I just all night long I just couldn't get the drive off corners. Short run wise, my car felt fine, but turn 2 was my culprit all night. A lot of people they were struggling on both corners, but I just turn 2, man. I just right as I'd get on the gas, everyone turned left, and so I tried everything I could to play some adjustments, and I felt like every adjustment I made tonight actually made the car worse. So it's going backwards tonight, but still came out P3 tonight, and we came across the line with 44 seconds till the rain started happening. I swear I saw a couple sprinkles the way the car was driving, how loose it was, and there must have been some sprinkles on the track coming to the last 10 laps. But all in all, it was we started in the back, work our way through the field, and it was a really good race.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of loose handling cars out there. It seemed like a lot of people had trouble getting a hold of grip with their car, a lot of lane searching and everything, and we saw you making a couple moves through the bottom and the middle and the top. What lane did you think you could have ran the whole night and possibly stick with? I mean, Max was running that bottom mainly the whole night. Do you think if you had to get there, you think you would have had to try something different possibly to get by him?
So I thought it was kind of interesting. Like early in the race, I felt that halfway through the run you can go middle, and it was actually pretty nice. And then, but when I would try to later in the race, it was worse. So the only place I found grip was bottom. So I really the second half I really just tried to stick as much as I could down there. But my car was, later in the runs it was struggling to even turn down there. So it was just a struggle on the setup tonight. But not saying it wasn't quick, but it was just struggle handling wise. So just gotta make some adjustments for next time. But other than that, car felt really good on the short run. I mean, I felt like a rocket ship, but then once it really started to go away, it really started to fall off a cliff. So
yeah, next week we go to a little bit of a different scenery. We go to a little bit of a short track racing at Bristol. How do you feel about your chances knowing that that's great Coliseum?
I honestly have no idea what's gonna happen. It's gonna be interesting. I don't think I've raced any super short tracks in a while, especially in these cars. So I think it's gonna be interesting seeing like how much the car could take. How much hitting each other, and just those tracks though. It's all about just getting to the end, right? Just try to stay out of the mayhem best you can, because I mean half the time you can't see it, and when you turn around the corner, you're right into it. So just gotta stay out of the mayhem and stick around the front, because good things usually happen.
Well, Reese, congratulations on your third place finish, my man, and have a great little week off until we go to Bristol, but we'll see you in Bristol, Tennessee next week, my man.
Sounds good, Ed. Have a good night.
Third place finisher, driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer. Again, a wild race tonight for the 17 of Reese. And again, another one that matches the car number there, Ed. 17 laps for the car number 17. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, not bad. We're getting on a little bit of catch here.
So, this is somebody that I've been looking forward to interview the second I saw his name on the starting grid, because I didn't see the entry list. Brandon Lacey. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's been a minute since I talked to you, man. And you showed up tonight. You had to start at the back because you missed driver's meeting. And all of a sudden, a few cautions, you're in the top 10. And then you're battling for the lead, tooth and nail with Max Service down that final run. What'd you make of your return to the Outlaws Sim Series?
I mean, it's a pretty good return to come back and finish top 5, and also battle for the lead there for a little bit with Max. And I felt like I had a car that could match Max. I just made way too many mistakes throughout the entire race. And Max made very, very little mistakes. So I think for me tonight that ultimately made the difference. It was a fun race to come back on, but it was really a little sloppy.
Right. And I knew, again, you just came in, so I don't know how much practice you even got at this track with this car. But was there appeal with maybe just the car track combo, or what got you in here tonight to run another Outlaws race?
Well, one, I'm coming back to SRN, and yes, that's a fixed league, but I really haven't raced these cars that much since since the latest build update. Just because for some reason me and this car don't get along, and I've been trying to stay away from it. But now that Road to Pro's over and I can start, being a little bit more open about what I race. I saw the session tonight. I was like, hey, why don't I jump in? Didn't really have a set for tonight either. Just kind of threw something in there from earlier in the season at Charlotte. It's a little bit tight at the beginning, made a couple adjustments and got it working right. They're probably about after the second or third pit stop, but overall, very, very happy with the outcome for tonight.
So you say you don't really get along with this car. You show up tonight though, a great run. I know you did have a few mistakes tonight. I know you'll clean those up as time progresses. But what did you learn about the car tonight then that you can take with you moving forward?
I mean, there's already some things I've learned about this car. Like I was talking to Adrian before I joined y'all up here in the booth about some of the changes that he was making to his car, and I was like, man, it's crazy how one small change in this car can make a massive change on the racetrack. You can't really throw the book at it like you used to be able to with the Gen 6 car. These cars are so much more reactive to what you do to it. But I think the biggest thing I learned tonight is just probably managing tires a little bit better, especially there at the end. That last restart, I probably raced Max just a little bit too hard and kind of heated up my tire. And then I, was trying to run the outside through 1 and 2 and completely just got up in the wall. But yeah.
All right, well, Landon, welcome back to the Outlaws Sim Series. A fun race tonight from you. Fun to watch you. I don't know if you're going to join us next week, but next week is Bristol. If you do, or whenever you decide to join us again, best luck to you, and hopefully we're talking to you then.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Right on. Driver of the number 53 or 54. Landon, get that sorted out for next week.
I will.
Landon Lacey return to the Outlaw Sim Series. A lot of fun. And we have one more interview lined up for us tonight, Ed. Adrian Schumacher had a great race tonight. Adrian was another driver who really impressed me tonight. He ended up finishing 5th, but man, get a load of this guy.
Well, not only does he impress us all tonight, Emerson, he impresses us all season. Adrian Schumacher with another great top 5 tonight on an oval, Adrian. I mean, it's gotta be great for you. I know you want the wins badly, man, but still, it's a great night overall for you, seeing all the chaos around you, right?
The voices are back. Just get it. Yeah, I mean, I think I did better than expected. Just not there. Not there today.
Well, you say that, Adrian, but you had a couple of runs with great top 3 potential, sometimes even managing to try to get the lead, and it just seemed like a lot of cars out there tonight were just having a lot of handling issues, and then every time we seen you about halfway into a run, you started making up a lot more ground on some of these cars. What did you find in your 82 machine that everybody else just could not with the handling wise?
Yeah, my Muskie Shop Toyota, just it was on rails at the beginning of the race. Once the track started cooling down, it started to become a long run car. I tried adjusting to that and found success to that. Just there's some great competition in front of me that out there cars into to keep me behind.
Well, next week we go to a track that's definitely going to be interesting to be side by side with and all, but next week we go to the Last Great Coliseum at Bristol, Tennessee. What do you feel about your chances going on the short track?
I've always had a pretty good success at Bristol. Just, I think avoiding the big ones, the pile-ups, is going to be the main challenge.
Well, Adrian, no matter what, man, it's always a show when we watch you at these ovals. I mean, I know we're usually used to seeing you win on the road courses and all, but you always compete really well on these ovals, and definitely got some wins on the ovals coming for you soon on here. We just seem like every week it's just you're one of the favorites when we come to these kind of ovals. You definitely look like tonight, but no matter what, congratulations on your top 5 finish, man. We'll see you in Bristol next week.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Driver number 82, Adrian Schumacher, rounds out into top 5. And Ed, again, we talked about it before the break. What a wild race. But it's not going to get any easier, Ed. You and I, we ran a couple months ago a race at Bristol, and I can already see the chaos that we could potentially have next week.
Oh, yeah. If it's anything like the same that we ran, Emerson, I mean, it's definitely going to be a tire-saving race where that bottom lane is going to be where you want to be preferably for the whole run. Top can be, useful, but not as useful for tires and all, but it's definitely going to be interesting to say the least. I'm excited to see what we got going to Bristol, but I mean, man, short track races, you gotta love it, right? I mean, we had beef here. For God's sakes, who knows what we're gonna have when we go to Bristol?
Certainly. That being said, I think finally, a lot of people will be saying that is gonna do it for us tonight. But we're not done this week on the channel. And tomorrow night we have a championship finale. The North American Racing League Porsche Cup schedule comes to a close on the mountain. Mount Panorama, Bathurst, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The 30-minute amateur race, the 50-minute pro-am race. You don't want to miss it. Championship action tomorrow night with the Porsche Cup cars. That's going to be a blast. And we keep the short track mojo going on here at MPI has Richmond this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We got Bristol this upcoming Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. What a slate of races we've got.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Richmond race with MPI. I mean, Richmond's a really great racetrack, a lot of great racing and multi-lane groove and everything, and definitely can play some strategy there too, so it's going to be interesting to say the least, but I'm excited for next week, Emerson. I mean, like I mentioned, Bristol, it's going to be a wicked one.
Absolutely. Again, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms for updates for V-Series and more. Of course, we were live tonight on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter tonight, and you can check out our social media updates at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook at facebook.com/pitstoptv. Twitter at pitstoptv_, Instagram at pit_stop_tv. Our YouTube channel, youtube.com/pitstoptv1, and our Twitch, twitch.tv /pit_stop_tv. What a wild night tonight, and well, I think thankfully a lot of people are just finally ready to hear That'll Do It from Charlotte. We're happy to have had you all here and tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at Pit Stop TV, Ed Shearer beside me on the mic, I am Emerson Arden. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the North American Racing League Porsche Cup season finale from Mount Panorama, or next Wednesday night from the battle at the last Great Coliseum.